I'm gonna kind of semi start this off, I think. Should we do it?
Yeah, I think we should do it. Let's play the intro.
What intro?
Ding.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Time out. No, we have now officially started this podcast. It is now
Yes,
official. Okay,
yes, it's official now.
okay, it is official
That's
now. So we're going.
yeah, that
But even even
that's
before we
let's start.
start the podcast, I'm gonna have to highlight that you're actually wearing a Path of Exile 2 shirt. Okay, you've gone full corporate. I'm wearing a t-shirt. Looks like I wanted to be in the Territorial Army. I look like I want to be
Yeah,
Rambo, and you have gone full corporate.
I mean we're talking about Pass of Exile, right? Xeo, what we're talking about today.
Path of Exile.
See?
Why? Why don't I get Path of Exile? Did GGG send that to you, or did you buy it?
Oh, actually, this is part of the early access supporter pack.
Did you?
When when you bought the early access supporter pack, depending on the right. I
Oh, right.
just threw
Yeah,
money at
yeah.
them until they sent me the t-shirt.
You're
So,
literally that meme from Futurama when it goes, "Shut up and take my
yeah.
money." Okay, fair
So
dues.
on the different levels, you got stuff, and like one had the t-shirt.
To an investor.
I also have like a hoodie,
So I
but
spent I
it's
spent
it's
30
warm here,
quid
so
and you spent probably 30
more.
times that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, glad you got a t-shirt. Okay. Oh,
Yeah, and a
well,
book and shit
okay.
like that. You like an art book and whatever over PoE2.
We do have some basic warm-up questions, but before we do that, I'm gonna try and be a bit professional. I'm gonna wing it here. But welcome
Sure.
to the RIP. It's our first pilot podcast, PoE1 and PoE2 hardcore. But we can talk about softcore stuff if chat wants to, but
Yeah.
I have no idea. Um, but we'll cover as much
Yeah.
as we
Hello
can.
everyone.
Hello, can we get some?
And he is AnotherXeo.
I'm another Zeo. I should really introduce myself as well. I'm another Zeo chat.
Oh, I thought you introduced me and I introduced you.
I don't know how. It's like
Okay, it's fine.
dating. Who kisses first? Oh, awkward. Soft chord, no diddy. Not too sure what that means. Um,
No softcore, sorry.
I don't mind. I'm pretty open. I'm pretty liberal. So I don't know when we would talk about soft core, but I'm open.
We will
Okay.
see.
So yeah, I'm another Zeo. So yeah, and you're
And I'm Twinsen.
Vincent. I'm gonna.
Yeah, and I had to add the TV because Twinsen was already gone on Twitch. So
That's sad times.
it's sad.
Yeah.
But Twinsen is I mean, everybody who's a fan of Little Big Adventure knows it, and somebody was already a fan of that and took the name, I guess. So
Can I rebrand you?
no,
Well, I've got a great suggestion. See if chat actually agrees with this, because a bit of chat participation. Why don't you call yourself another Twinson? Because the reason why I'm another Zeo, because every time I logged a new account, there was Zeo was always taken. It's my
Zero was
yeah,
gone.
it's my D&D forum name for about 10 years, playing on a role playing community. So I used to be called Zeo Bodicea, and Bodicea was obviously English, well, Celtic queen back in the Roman
I will
times.
think about that.
What, being called Bodicea? I was young and stupid. I
After
just thought it
after
sounded cool.
50 podcasts and we are super successful together, I will
Mm.
consider that.
Would you? You should do it like a subathon.
Yeah,
If we actually get like
it's
proper
a subathon goal, yeah,
subathon gold.
for like 10,000 subs or
Oh my
something. Yeah,
god,
I will consider
it's really weird because we could be like gamer bros.
that.
Always make sure I'm in it, bro. But good, yeah, another Twinson. That's actually pretty good. And
It's actually not a bad name,
yeah,
yes.
and Cell's got it right. That is Zeo law because there was always another Zeo. So I thought, brilliant. It's combining two
But then
words.
I have to do some rebranding, so
It's fine.
not right now.
No. And then we could have like
I hate
another
it.
Nomenta, another Salazar. Another
every
Killiker.
yeah,
It's just
every viewer has to rename
yeah.
himself, otherwise he's not allowed to watch.
Oh,
That
it's just
would be
we
pretty
we could
ridiculous.
become a movement, a national.
A sect, like a sect,
um, I hate it. Don't worry, Killiker. You can keep your name. You're fine,
a
buddy.
cult. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
a
that's all
cult,
right. Oh my
right?
god. No,
Like a
I've
cult.
sorry, chat. I've disabled my redeems. After this podcast is done, chat, we'll negotiate on the redeems that we're allowed to use in our
Yeah,
podcast. Oh, that's going to be a difficult conversation tomorrow's stream. Okay, had a little introduction, a bit warm up. So I know we're going to digress. We're probably never going to get to our topics, but um,
it's fine.
so you start with the question. We've scripted this little intro,
Yeah, yeah.
not
So
scripted.
of course we did some preparation for this,
Yep,
and we want to start off a little bit lighter
yep,
because of our first podcast, and maybe there's actually someone in here who doesn't know us yet. So the first question,
yep.
dear Cyril, you are here now with me streaming, but it's not like you have always been streaming, right?
Mm-mm.
So what got you into streaming?
Only fans.
Oh, so
No.
you were like, oh, they are making so much
Oh,
money.
they're
They're so
making
beautiful.
bank. I want some of
I
that.
want to do that too.
Yeah, and apparently
S-
you
And
got
then
to
you're like,
start off on Twitch first, and
yeah.
that's how you kind of
Oh,
you level up, and then once you get to
yeah.
100, then bang, you're straight in there. So
It's like
exactly,
a jumping point, right? Twitch is your
yeah,
jumping
because
point
my chat
to.
keeps using the OF command. They're testing to see when I go live. But you know, it's not going to happen. So Quinn69.
Oh my God.
That's literally. I've been a Quinn60 fan since COVID. Because that's when Twitch blew up, was COVID.
Yeah,
So everyone was locked down.
absolutely.
Um, and I never really, I'm an old man. I'm sort of touching more 40, the 40 more 50 than I am 40. So obviously COVID, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how I got into Quinn69. I have no idea. I actually can't remember how I stumbled onto him, but I think it was from the Diablo 3 days because I was a Diablo 3 hardcore player. So I might have come across him that way. And then I started watching because you get bored with normal TV. And I quite like the wackiness of Quinn and the abuse he gets, and some of the stuff chat create was quite funny. And I quite enjoyed that vibe. I've always been a gamer. So I thought about a year ago, I wanted to get in hospital radio. I always wanted to do radio. So then I thought I love gaming.
Mm.
I love I wanted to do like broadcasting of some sort. And then also I like playing hardcore games. So I thought that could be fun to try and stream. And that's it really. So that's how I got into streaming. Uh
Oh,
and I
okay.
love my wife. I've
Okay.
had to say this because she's probably in the other room. So if she hears that, that means I can have pretty much an easy gaming week. So I do have a face for radio. That's one of the signs. That is very true. So, what get you into streaming? You're now all going robotic. He's froze. Come back to me. He's ripping. At least he's smiling, chat. German internet. The woman listened and pulled the plug. So I'll cover for Twinson now. But look, he at least he could have had the worst freeze. Yeah. Oh, DC died. Oh, disconnect died. Disconnect. No, Discord. Okay. You are frozen with a smile.
Okay, now you're back.
Now you're back.
Was I gone or were you gone? You
No,
gone.
you gone. You froze with a
I
smile.
was gone.
Yeah, you're like
Well,
this.
you also froze for me, so I don't know.
That means we
Hard to
have
tell.
to. That doesn't mean we have to upgrade Discord. More
It's working
expense.
now.
So answer the question. What
Okay.
got you into streaming?
Um, yeah, I think I always wanted to try streaming. Like I played a lot of Civilization 5 around the 2010 years,
Okay.
and I always played multiplayer with someone who was actually streaming. I thought that's pretty cool.
Mm,
But I never could do that because of work. Like I had so much commissioning work where I was traveling in Europe and Germany and shit.
mm.
So streaming was like out of question. And luckily, my company decided to get rid of a lot of people. So now I have a lot of time to stream.
Well, with a
So,
broom. I would like. Out you go
hmm?
with a broom.
Yeah, yeah, it's a boom, right?
Okay.
And
That's how they do it normally.
so I was thinking like, okay, actually now I can just do it. Like I have time now, and
Mm. Give it a
so
crack.
like yeah, let's go. Let's finally do what I like to
Mm,
do or what I want to try. And I like to talk to people while playing the games. Usually when I play like multiplayer games with friends and stuff, I like to
mm.
talk to them about the mechanics of the games and so on.
Yep.
So and that's something you can do when you stream. So past Vexa, right? You talk about builds and stuff. Pretty cool. I like that.
Yeah, I was kind of similar. Like, I'm going to be playing this game anyway. I might as well stream it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing anyway on a Monday night or Tuesday night. Uh, okay.
Yeah.
So,
And I think for for ARPGs,
mm,
actually, it is sometimes ARPGs are a little bit monotone, like the farming aspect. And when you actually stream and talk to people, sometimes it's far more fun, I think.
but also very painful.
Yeah, maybe sometimes, yeah. Depending on the people
Yeah,
in your chat.
I have
If they
quite.
throw only dicks at you, then sure.
That's fine. I can take that. I could. I've I've become very accustomed. But my chat's first class, and I wouldn't swap them for your chat. I'm joking.
Sure.
Anyway, so what are you looking to get from this podcast?
A
Why are
lot
you
of
doing it?
money, and
And
I
strippers and
also want to,
cocaine.
yeah,
No, that's
all of that.
not
But
correct
actually,
behavior.
I think this is another cool way to actually talk about the things we like,
Mm,
because I mean, we too, like you and me, we often end up talking about the like mechanics in the games and like how stuff works when we
mm,
just have a call on Discord.
yeah.
And so it makes sense to try a podcast, right? And have another kind of platform to also talk to the viewers and
Mm.
um, more maybe go a bit more in depth on different topics than what you can do in while you're gaming.
Yeah, I
And
think
of course, payment money. Payment money is
very
actually
much. Yeah,
part of
if we
that.
if we say that, then it ticks that box.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm looking to be the number one podcaster for Puff.
Yes.
No, I tell you, actually, I thought about this. Actually, I thought about it while I was in the shower. Actually, and I said to myself, because I do all my best thinking in
Okay,
the
it is
shower.
an 18 plus stream,
It
but
is an
please
18
don't
plus
go
stream.
there.
Yeah, it's a, but
Don't go
no,
there.
no, no. But I do this. I did this in my old job. Honestly, that people had HR books like standard up because this is used to be like my team meetings because during COVID especially. But I used to say to my team, I managed about 10 people. I'll be like, I had this brilliant idea while I was in my shower. I think you should be able to do this, that, and that. And they used to go, oh, God, this is one for the HR. But anyway, I'll stick with it. I actually did have it in the shower because I was thinking to myself, why am I actually doing this? And what would be the goal? What is the thing that actually makes you go, yes, it's, you've got to have that little target, that little goal, because that keeps you motivated. And I think you know, people say the fame and money, and we're joking about that. I would be absolutely uh over the moon. It's a bit like the video that I've just done. I got 15 subscribers extra. I'm over the moon about that. That's brilliant. So for me with the podcast, if we had somebody from GGG actually came, we don't have to ever know them, but you get what I mean. Actually in our chat, not
Jonathan.
Jonathan. I said GGG. That's mental. But you get what I
No,
mean.
aim
If
high, aim high,
oh, okay,
aim
aim
high.
high. If actually Jonathan personally came in and did his own emo in chat, that would be brilliant. But no, being serious, it would be great if that's my kind of goal. So that must mean we're doing something right. But at the same time, I don't want to lose our characters, our personalities. And I think you're right. We're very explore. This is going to be bad now. What I'm going to say. We're very good at exploring each other in our thinking, in our philosophies. We've been quite good at sort of talking things out and stuff, which has been quite refreshing because we like to listen to each other's point of views, whether we agree with them or we don't. We kind of like that. It's a challenging thing. I'm always right, but it's just good to talk at someone.
Yeah, so what from my understanding, what I get to take from this is,
Mm,
so you like exploring each other, and your idea for this podcast came
is
when you were under the shower.
yeah, to get
So
another
that's
person into
I
this
am sure,
podcast.
like
Look, it all works in my head, trust me, and I think
sure.
chat's kind of worked me out by now. But so
Oh my god.
I know I'll prepare for
Okay,
it.
maybe.
It's gonna be a roller coaster ride. So what brought you into
Okay.
PoE2 then? I'm gonna ask your question for you.
No. That's my question, because I want to say, let's move on from your shower fantasies and go to the next question,
Oh, you're
please.
gonna be the adult. Okay. I wanted to be the adult. Okay, that's fine.
Please,
All right.
please. We now are getting
So
back to
what
the
brought me into
serious topics.
PoE2? D4
Yeah,
because it
what brought
sucked.
you
It was
into
bad.
PO2?
Let's just get to it. D4 bad. So
Yeah, therefore bad.
heartbroken. It was absolutely heartbroken. Spent 600 hours in the game, and it wasn't what I thought D2. I thought they were going to bring back the spirit of D2, and we're not going into the comparison yet, P1, P2, but
No.
you can see with PoE2 already, they're trying to bring the spirit of PoE1 into PoE2. I
Yes.
reversed back 2 years ago. That's what I thought D4 was going to do, bring the spirit, not necessarily carbon copy, but that didn't materialize. So I was looking for another game to play, especially for the hardcore aspect. I played RimWorld for ages. I did other things. And then obviously when Path of Exile came out, I thought I'll give that a try. But I did try Path of Exile 1 for 10 hours and freaked out and hated it. So I was like, I'm not interested. But then when I saw the Path of 2 trailer stuff, that looked more like D2 to me. I thought, oh, this looks good. I'll try this. And I tried it and I fell in love with it and I've not stopped playing it for a year now. So that's what brought me to
Okay.
B2. You?
Yeah, not Diablo 4. This is gonna be another topic, but yeah, I also played that, but whatever. Um, it's PoE1. I mean, I'm playing PoE1 since 2018,
7 years?
and
8 years?
yeah,
Yeah.
around, yeah, it's 7, 8 years, yeah,
Yeah.
since
Yeah.
Betrayal League, on and off until Sentinel League. That
I
was,
have
I
no
think,
idea what that is, but
2020.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like 222 or so, I think, or 221. And since then, all the time, like every season.
Mm.
And yeah, I mean, then you naturally get into PoE2, I think. Like it's I mean, at some point they announced they want to make expansion for PoE1. I was like, okay, whatever. And then there was this famous ExileCon where they said, like, this is too much work. We're actually making our own new game. And they both like, "Boo." And they said, but you can use all the MTX in both games that you
Yeah.
already bought. And everybody was like, yeah. And yeah, and then I mean, it's just natural, right? If you like PoE1, if you play PoE1 all the time, you just start playing PoE2 as soon as it comes out.
Mm.
There's almost no alternative, right? Diablo 4 is a fucking joke. D4 bad is
That's
true.
That's a profanity. You'd said the first swear word. I say shower, and you say the
Oh,
F-bomb.
shower. Okay, D4 is a shower joke, and
Yeah,
it's a good game for the audience. It
yeah.
tries to cater to it. Anyways, and other games like Last Epoch and so on, not terrible, but I don't know. It's something that I mean, you would play it, right? If you play PO1, you
I've
played PO1.
played it for about 200 hours, but I mean,
Yeah.
we'll save it for another day. But I haven't played it for a year, so I know it's had lots of updates and stuff, and that's probably being really unkind. But it didn't keep me in it the first 200. I didn't quite like. It felt like it was. This is probably going to rage bait chat if we've got any Epoch fans, but it looked like a game. It felt like when my kids do Junkcraft, where they get recycled
I
cereal
mean, even
boxes.
Last Epoch.
Yeah, at least people. It felt like that.
Hmm.
So when my kid comes home and brings like a dog or a house that they make out of junk, like cardboard boxes and crisps and cereal packets.
The
Yeah,
trees for the skills is pretty nice.
100%.
So
It
like
was
for
just,
me, it's
I meant,
far above D4.
yeah,
Far above
I
D4.
meant when I say the junk modeling, I'm being really harsh, but
Yeah.
I'll expand on it very
Report
quickly.
cars.
It was me, yeah, it was mainly combat. I didn't like the combat. I didn't like the feel of the spells, the sort of the graphics and stuff. It just didn't feel right for me as an. It wasn't dark enough. It was very too bright. So that was a taste thing. But system wise, systems and stuff and crafting was. I mean, they were doing stuff way before anybody else. And I think PoE's actually stolen a little bit or been inspired by a couple of things. Don't quote me on that. But
Yeah, some of the some
mm,
little mechanics of the
mm,
like the unique potential or something like that it's called
yeah,
in
yeah,
Last
yeah.
Epoch. But
But it's still junk modeling. Anyway, we'll move on. So
what
oh,
we
it's
have
my
next?
question. And then that will
Yeah,
be
it's
it.
yours.
Then we can get actually into the meet and greet of it. We said 10 minutes, but it's definitely not 10 minutes. Um, so basically my last question to you, my friend, is what class have you enjoyed so far in PoE2? And why?
So it's I am a blood mage person through and through. Like I play other things, but when PoE2 came out, I was when they announced everything, I was like blood mage. That's the
Yeah.
way to go. Like you can use your own blood and your own limbs and whatever to kill enemies. I thought that was so cool from the concept,
Power
the idea behind
fantasy.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
like just throwing your blood at the enemy being half a vampire or something. I really enjoyed that idea. Now in 0.1, Blood Mage was complete trash. Like when you ascend to Blood Mage, you became weaker because now you had to
Okay.
spend life and you did not really gain power and so on.
Mhm.
They fixed that in 0.3.
Mm.
But yeah, that's always been my favorite
Go-to
ascendancy. Like
class if you yeah.
yeah, or like which is I really like which because I mean energy shield and stuff, right? In Pure 2 energy shield is king in hardcore.
Mhm.
And then just blood mage is very, very amazing. I like that. And yeah. I played other classes and I like them, but blood mage will always have a special place in my heart, I guess.
Okay.
So what about you?
Oh,
What is the
I
most
glad you
amazing
asked.
class? Yeah.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
I was gonna come out with a really bad answer, but I was gonna say all of them besides Monk. Monk irritates me. It
Okay,
really
then
irritates me, that
I should
class.
ask what's the problem with monk?
It's just such a good side of the tree. You see, I'm on that side of the passive tree, but I never play Monk. I always play Merc
Yeah.
or Amazon or I mean, I've done a was it? Well, I can't remember. What's the Ranger? What does it call it? Oh, I can't remember. I've been on PoE for a month.
Huntress.
No, no, the
Huntress.
Ranger Ascendancy. What was it? Lightning Arrow, and everyone did.
Deadeye.
Deadeye, that's the word. I can't remember. As I said, I've been on PoE for a month now. So yeah, Deadeye and stuff. So I played a Deadeye, I played Amazon, I played Merc. I've even played Warrior and gone all the way over to the monk side of the tree because it is the strongest tree. There is so much on that side of the tree which is just juicy. But I've never played the monk because I'm a, like kind of I rebel. If something's cool, I mean, I've just been a hypocrite then because I just said Deadeye. I did try it because I wanted to see what people were talking about, but I'm the anti-cool, so I play Merc. But
Yeah, okay.
yeah,
I don't think Monk is like the one of the most played characters or so, but
Monk is
sure.
really strong though. Monk is like
Yeah,
Cholula Monk, and there's the other one where you can do what was it? The energy shield. What was it called?
yeah, the normal
Dominance.
monk. I don't also yeah,
Yeah.
I also don't know how
Uh,
it's called, but it's the
uh,
normal monk,
uh.
the
So
energy
yeah,
shield monk.
I'm not really fixed. I have to say though, I'll be serious. Varashta, I love the Sork. I love the Varashta. Varashta for me, I've
Yeah,
played it this league. For me, my opinion, one of the strongest hardcore characters. And I do have quite a lot of bank. I'm tempted to do werewolf Varashta. I'm tempted. You can do a lot of things with Varashta. That you can do crossbow. I know a couple of people that have done crossbows Varashta. It's one of those really interesting. But again, it's near the monk ascendancy tree, and then you've got the energy shields, you've got the CI and stuff like that. So, again, I've not played monk, but I've been using monk as a passive sort of side. So, yeah. Anyway, so
yeah, cool.
I don't know if you want to do the Maroon on Desert Island question.
I mean, sure. A quick question:
Quick
Marooned on a
fire,
desert island.
quick fire. Yeah,
Which game
quick fire.
titles do you want to take
Uh,
with you?
yeah.
One, two,
Me.
three.
Uh,
Me
p-
too. Should I after that? I asked you the question,
okay,
so
you asked the question. Okay, if I'm marooned on a desert island, 3 game titles I'll have is PoE2, any of the Total War games, so any of them, because there's so many. There's like 15 of them. It's hard to pick. I could sit here for an hour talking about that, so we're not going to do that. I'm just going to. Could
better
be
not.
Total Warhammer 3. It could be Medieval 3, Medieval 2. It could be
Mm.
Rome. It could be the Total War new one, Warhammer 40k. It could be any of them. So Total War itself. I said Rimworld, Total War, and probably definitely PoE2. PoE1 doesn't make the list.
That's that's almost disgusting, to be fair, but okay. I, maybe we'll find out more about that in a few moments.
Mm.
For me, that would be Final Fantasy X,
I played that.
um,
Yeah.
Outer Wilds,
What?
and Outer Wilds.
No idea what that is.
That is like an exploration puzzle game,
Nope. You lost me
and
at the word puzzle.
and Civilization 5.
I played Civ 5. I think I played Civ
Yeah,
5. One
I
of them.
have I have thousands of hours in Civ 5
I
when
can
it
see.
like
I can see that.
around the 210,
Yeah.
211, 2010, 2011, 2012 and stuff when it came out. I think it came out
Yeah.
29 or 10 or something like
Strategy city builder type chess,
yeah.
battle chess. Yeah. Yeah.
And
No,
it's
I get that.
all multiplayer. It's absolutely crazy amazing.
I might have to play you at that.
I would put Period 1 in that also, but like I I would probably take more the games to the island that I haven't played for a long time. I don't want to take Period with me because I'm playing that right now.
But you are
So
marooned on an island. No one's coming for you. So
who knows? Maybe one day
I'm
after I
taking
played another
PoE2
1,000 hours.
because I know it's going to get developed in PoE. Rage bait chat. PoE2 has a future.
Sure.
I'm
But it's not
joking,
getting
chat.
developed while you're on the island.
Yeah, but I'll have internet access.
Can I take one of the coders from GGG with me? Then I will also
Oh,
take Period 2.
okay.
Can I be marooned with Mark or something? Or
That's
Jonathan?
a bit
Maybe I don't
mean.
want
What can you
Jonathan.
put
Maybe I
Jonathan
don't
there?
want Jonathan to program
Hey,
anything after
he
the
coded the
temple.
temple.
He
Okay,
coded the temple.
he coded the temple and he did a very good
The,
job.
the the interface,
Yeah,
yes.
that got me to
The temple
100.
interface. Okay, I don't want to be marooned with
Shout out to
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Okay.
Jonathan, we love you. Join our podcast.
Yeah, don't ruin my G. That's one down now from GGG that's never going to come in here. I don't know how many employees they got, but okay.
Okay. So I think we get in. Let's get into some of the meat
Juice,
for today.
meat.
The juice,
My chat love
meat.
meat, so let's
I
go
don't
for
need.
it.
You want juice or meat? You want meat?
Meat.
I have enough juice here, but
So nervous it looks like. Go on.
so You actually played your first season in PoE1,
Correct.
the amazing Mirage League, fucking amazing,
Okay.
and you played hardcore SSF.
Yep.
So give me some of your experience, and especially compared to PoE2.
It's quite difficult to answer that question straight off the bat because PoE2, I have 3,000 hours in that. So trying to, I've only done maybe 300 hours in PoE1 ever. So the PoE1 experience is fresher where the PoE2 is like a year ago. So I can't remember what my kid said to me
A
yesterday.
year,
Yeah, a year ago. So yeah, PoE2.
2 months, 2 months.
Why have I been playing PoE1? It's only about a month.
It's not a year ago.
What's a year ago?
Anyways, just
Oh, well,
PoE
PoE.
playing PoE2.
No, no, no. PoE2, I started over a year ago. I've only been playing PoE1 for
Okay,
about a
okay.
month. So trying to remember how it felt like playing PoE2 at the beginning, I can't remember. It's been that long. So making a comparison, it's quite difficult on the experiences. But the thing is, I sensibly played actually softcore for probably about 100 hours when PoE2 comes out because I knew nothing about PoE. I heard about PoE1. I saw the skill tree. I looked at it and went, what? And then I thought I'm going to have to do this in softcore to get a rough idea. And I think I got up to level 80 something with a Merc, crossbow Merc. And no, actually, I'm lying to you. I'm lying. It was a warrior. Because I was trying to do
Yeah,
the
there's
Z.
no Merc,
Yeah, I was trying to do the Zealot's
and there are no
Oath.
crossbows.
Yeah, and then I moved into a Merc afterwards when I started playing hardcore. Because I've actually got a YouTube video of me trying to work out how to do a Zealot's Oath. So I got it around 80 something. Oh god, it took me so long to get my fourth ascendancy. I couldn't kill the Sekhmet boss. I tried and tried. My damage was absolutely awful. I just couldn't kill it. But then I did that in softcore for about 100 hours. And then when I got a rough idea of what I was doing, then I just jumped straight into hardcore. So that was really zero point 0.2. I went into it. So yeah, that was probably, what was that? 0.2 was the Wisp
Yeah,
Huntress.
0.2 was Ritual and
Yeah, and
Wisp.
3 was
I'm not.
Abyss, wasn't it? And then 4 has been,
Yes,
yeah. So
yeah.
that's when I really started. I think it was in Huntress League. I think I was playing a little bit of hardcore before then. But as I said, I've been a little bit long-winded. I didn't do that with PoE1. I went straight into hardcore. But I did go into it off the back of some more understanding of PoE from PoE2. Probably not the healthy way of transitioning that knowledge, but I understood some of the language. That's what I was trying to say. I understood energy shield. I understood evasion a bit more, armor a bit more. But so yeah, I went raw and just freaked out at everything that came near me for about 4 weeks. I was like, it's gonna kill me.
And it would.
Yeah, it would.
Everything would kill you.
So that's my experience. It's been scary as a hardcore player. It's been I don't trust it.
Yeah. I think from going from PoE2 to PoE1 is by far easier than going from any other ARPG
Yeah,
to PoE1.
100%. That's why I
At
had
least you have
some
this.
basic kind of feel
Yeah,
for
and
it.
PoE2, why I think it's not as deadly as PoE1, it also has a lot of like you run somewhere and you get hit and like you almost die.
Yeah.
So you get used to this a little bit, right?
Yeah, and I think also I haven't worked out PoE1's damage yet. I haven't worked out and felt it. Where
Yeah.
over 3,000 hours of PoE2, you kind of feel you feel purple flowers. There you go. I mean, obviously they nerfed them, but purple flowers, you like that's it now. And your game style changes because now you're looking for those cues on the screen a lot more. So your brain trains yourself against it. Not saying I was successful at dodging and got plenty of rips on them, but with PoE1, I don't quite know where the danger's coming from yet. So hence I played totems. I played flame tome, holy flame tomes, and then kinetic fusillade. So I was playing a very defensive, like I'm just gonna drop these totems and run that way. So I never really kind of engaged and learned because it's hardcore. It's like redoing it again. So yeah, it's kind of scary, I
Yeah.
would say. I should have done some time in softcore first, but with streaming and things like that, I kind of. But also, I get bored in software quite quickly because it wasn't new to me in a weird way. Because I come from PoE2, where if I never
Yes.
come from any IARPG or PoE, I would have gone straight into softcore first, played that for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then went straight into hardcore.
I don't know. I feel when you like once a hardcore player, always a hardcore player. I feel like I
Yeah,
I just couldn't play a softcore and
it,
like ARPG. I just can't.
subconsciously, I'm wasting my time.
It's
Which is
yeah,
ironic
yeah,
for a
yeah. Actually,
hardcore player
actually, yes.
because
Yeah,
you're wasting your time if you die. And it's like, well, no, actually, I don't
true.
see it as a waste. I
Yeah,
see it as that was the value of my journey. But in softcore, I do see that as a waste of time for me. I just
yeah. Because there's no stage and stakes and stuff.
yeah,
I also also feel this way. I don't want to like talk it down the softcore experience for other people, but for
no,
me it feels like a waste of time. So I
yeah,
don't want to.
exactly. We don't feel engaged because when I've done softcore a little bit in PoE2 after a long league, and I've ripped way too many times, and I'm like, I've only got 3 weeks left of a league. I've dipped into softcore solo self found to go, well, I don't know anything about these maps. I don't know anything about this boss. I might as well go and have a look because I never really got deep into endgame. I actually struggled to get to T15 maps, and when I did get there, I didn't spend hardly any time. So I needed to, again, what I originally said is kind of feel the damage, feel the DPS, work out the numbers, and then get that experience. So that actually helped me with this league because then I worked things out a little bit more. Um, but yeah, softcore, it was a bit rough because I didn't do softcore in PoE1. I just went straight into hardcore, which is people were saying, "Oh,
Yeah.
such a Chad," but I was like, "No, I'm stupid. I really should have done softcore." But hey, how you get thrown into the deep end, you learn sometimes a bit quicker.
The good thing is if you die in hardcore, like your character gets moved to softcore, and you can actually use that character to test and train the
Uh,
stuff you just wanted to do. If you don't do that, sure.
yeah, I mean,
But I think that's a good thing
it is a
that you
good
can do
thing,
that.
but the problem being is because I'm a PoE2 player,
Yeah.
I've never played PoE1. It's not my channel game. I hate to say this, it's not my channel game. So, uh, even doing PoE2 softcore and streaming that, even though I'm doing PoE2, I still felt like it was like not wasting time, but I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying playing the game. So if I'm not enjoying it, then my chat's probably going to see me miserable, and that's something it's not good to transmit. So even from research purposes, I didn't really quite like it. I was like, all right, I want to get back into hardcore
Sure.
again. So yeah.
Well, I mean, that's yeah.
Mm.
And totems actually, I think it's good. When I started to play, I played necromancer and also totems because
It
it's
is it
hardcore.
is a safe hardcore build. Playing it now,
Yeah.
I mean, I watch people play melee like yourself. You play a lot of jumping,
Yeah, I
Hulk
mean
smash
now
stuff.
when you have more experience, you can play more stuff. But when I started
Yeah,
out to
yeah,
play
yeah,
necromancer because I was so used from like Diablo 2 that
yeah, yeah, yeah,
necromancer is ridiculously good in hardcore because all the minions make sure you never
yeah, yeah,
die.
yeah.
So I started to play on necromancer, and my
Mm,
more or less more serious build was actually totems. Like I
mm.
played explosive totems. You just run around, place the totems, and
Just
everything
run
dies,
away,
and you're not in
and
danger.
then you come
And
back
you
and
run
get your
away. Yeah,
loot.
yeah.
Yeah. Anybody in chat, if you're
It's a good
interested,
hardcore, like a good
yeah,
starting build for hardcore is totems.
100%. So,
To get used to mechanics and everything, and you don't
uh,
have to do damage and dodge at the same time. You
uh,
can just plant them down and then dodge stuff.
yeah, because then
It's
you're
good.
not worrying on DPS. You're just focusing on dodging
Yes,
area effects and stuff. So, chat, if anybody's
yeah,
interested
that's a
in
good
playing
choice.
hardcore SSF, PoE player here recommends totems, and I do too because I think, yeah, because I'll be honest with you, I looked at the melee stuff and I'm like, nah, I do not want to be stuck in campaign for another month. Absolutely not. Because I mean, zero
Yeah.
point 0.5, I'm tempted. I really want to do. I might be doing a spoiler. I might have to talk to a few people, but there's two things I want to do in zero point 0.5. We talked about the league, but there's also something else that I want to do myself, which will maybe push me towards playing a melee character because I like to stick with one thing and play that for the league. I only switch stuff if I'm failing badly, and I think this is not working for me. I might have to pivot. But it's the same with defenses. Sometimes I've made a mistake pivoting too much during a league and not having the right crafting materials in solo self-found to be able to make your my chat like to call it best in slot gear, but BIS, I think that's an MMO term or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
because I flip-flopped a lot in defenses, sometimes it's good just to pick one and try and run with it. But sometimes, we could go and talk about PoE defenses all day long, but yeah. So anyway, we're back on PoE1.
Would be a quick conversation, I think.
Mm. But actually, Kink has actually made a very good point in chat. PoE2 is a lot more melee friendly. I think the combat systems, and if we're doing this comparison question thing that you're interested in, I feel more comfortable doing melee in PoE2, even though I haven't done it in PoE1. But visually, I look at them and I just think, oh, yeah, give me a
Yeah, I
PoE2
think
melee, and I've done a
I
bit of
think
melee.
I think on in PoE1 you need to have your defensive straighten faster and like um optimize them faster than like for other characters because let's say
Mm,
but on totems you just run around, right? So if you're
mm,
not having your endurance charges right or whatever, like it's not terrible. You're not probably not going to die immediately, but if
mm,
you don't have your defenses correctly done on a melee character, you jump in and just fall over because
mm,
like you're not strong enough to tank anything. So I think that's the difference.
mm. I do have lots of notes on my
Yeah,
PoE1
give me give me
experience.
give me give me some examples. What do you feel it's different?
Okay,
What's your experience?
that some of them are
I
criticisms.
saw the list. It's long, so
It is long. I'm not going to read it out a lot for word verbatim, but my first experience, I think, was the maps are too big in campaign, and the mob density versus mob density. There's a lot of empty spaces. Well, I feel PoE2 is a little bit more closer together. I know there were some complaints about map sizes too big, especially Act 3, where you got the temple ruins or whatever it is before you get to Snake Woman or whatever. Oh, no, the big lass with the booby girl. What's her name? Can't remember. Queen of Filth. That's it. That area people felt was too big, but I look at PoE1, I'm like, man, those maps are huge, and I'm trying to find the exit, and I'm like, there's a lot, no checkpoints, no checkpoints in PoE1. I just like you can't go. Okay, I'm a little bit. I'll go back to no checkpoints. So if you go back into the map, you're gonna have to run all the way over to whatever it is. So I just felt the mob density versus the maps were too. There was a lot of space. I said it on my stream actually. I went from point A to point B, and there was just nothing. No mobs, no nothing. I was just like, okay, there's nothing. And then you interact with a mob, and I was like, I understand that you need some sort of like somebody actually explained it to me that you need some buff time or to get things going before you start engaging in mobs. But I did feel like the campaign maps were just massive and um yeah, versus the mob density. There was a lot of emptiness in them. So that was my first thing. And then here we go. Why am I being punished? These are actual notes. Why am I being punished for killing mobs and clearing maps? My gems are leveling my character levels and being nerfed. Unsmiley face.
what
So I think this is something I didn't understand. That
what?
I know what this is, but it was actually me. The gem levels were stuck, so I was
Yeah.
leveling. My gems were leveling quicker than me.
Yeah, but that means you're already over leveled a lot.
Yeah, I know, of course, because it's the Mirage League. Mirage League actually,
Yeah.
you can over level, so every map has a Mirage, so you're kind of getting a lot more experience. So then when I got to Katava, I'm like, I'm hench. I am hench. I'm like
Hmm.
10 levels above for Katava. But
It's so your point is you cannot level your gems higher because you don't have the level. Your
Yeah,
character
I
does not
don't
have the
have
level
the
for that.
level to be able to meet
That
that.
is a first world problem. That basically means you've already very over leveled everything for the area you are in.
Yeah, but for a newbie, I was getting
Yeah.
frustrated because I was like, "Am I doing? Why my gems are not leveling?" So that, and then when somebody explained it to
Okay.
me in chat, I was like,
Yeah,
"Okay."
I get it.
Crafting.
Interesting.
This one's a good one. You gotta like this positive one. Crafting bench. It's bitching. I love it! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! But for a noob like me, the red 1 times normally would indicate a warning light that you're lacking a resource, but you can craft it anyway. So I
That's a
sat
bug.
so I sat there
That's a bug.
going,
It hasn't been like that before.
"Okay,
I think last season or something they
is it?
fucked it up.
Okay." So
It's a bug.
newbie here going, "What? But I have got jeweler's orbs, but it's telling me I can't use them."
Yeah, it's a bug.
Okay, that's fine.
It wasn't like that. I don't know when at some point in some league they
Mm.
basically like broke the system. Like usually it's not that way. It's red when you don't have the resources, and it's
Oh,
black when it's
this
fine
is
or white.
okay, this is what I got. Chat would be proud. This is actually what my notes say, and I'm going to put it in chat. See, this is called chat participation. This is actually what was on my notes. Go figure, consulted with chat. It's something new. It could be a bug. See? So they
Oh,
concur with
okay.
what you
For
said.
this point, yeah,
Yeah, for this
for the
point.
colors.
Big plus auto pickup of artifacts on expedition. I love that. 'Cause I fucking hate picking that stuff in PoE2. But PoE1, you're like gobble gobble, Pac-Man. I'm like, oh,
Do we
cha-ching,
have to pick
cha-ching.
them up in
You
PO2?
do. Oh
Yes, right.
yes.
It's been like this in the Expedition League too, that you actually had to pick up the artifacts. And
Yeah.
when it went core, they changed it. They were like, nah, you just pick up everything automatically.
Well, they don't have that in PoE2. So when I saw that, I was like, oh my god, PoE1's
Yeah.
king. 2 is trash. Just based on that.
And it's weird why, right? I mean, like why they are not like this is obviously good in PoE1. Why
Hmm.
is it like now trash in PoE2?
Yeah, I know. It's
So
very weird. Here we go. A real note for old ass game has some great artwork.
yes.
And I think that's because I fell in love with the innovation cards. I call them Pokemon cards on my tab. So, because when I collect it, oh, Pokemon card, because my son's into Pokemon cards at the moment, so they're just littered everywhere. But I loved that. I thought the artwork on those innovation cards were amazing. I hope they transition to PoE2 and they do not change those art designs. Now we got a podcast, I can really campaign about it. They better not change it because they're beautiful.
Hmm. Do you know how the divination cards got into the game?
No, because I played PoE last
Every
month.
every divination card, beside maybe some starter ones or so, I think, are
Huh.
made by players. They were like parts of supporter packs and so on.
Oh my god, is this actual PoE lore? This is
I,
origin
I,
story.
I mean, really,
Yeah,
like people
that's
who
what I
bought
mean.
these
This is interesting
starter
for me.
packs and everything made the
Yeah,
divination cards.
I never knew that.
So maybe that's why they also hesitate. I mean, I don't know if the system is good in PoE 2, but I think there's also some hesitation to take it over to give like the people who, like maybe they would like it to give new people a chance to make divination cards and so on.
Okay.
I've told you this, Xero. See, you're
Yeah,
not listening to your chat.
hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on.
It's like this is new
It's like I'm
information.
making it up. I genuinely can't remember that. I did know they were made by players. I must have ignored
Only
Cell.
have eyes for King's March.
I've told you this. I didn't know. I can't remember that. Oh man, mate, I genuinely can't remember. I'm not doing this for drama, like pretending that I'm interested in what you're talking about. Really? I never knew that. No, I genuinely, I knew. I don't know. I genuinely can't remember. But
It's fine.
sticking on my point, keep them in. Don't change them. Don't change them for PoE2. If they do, I use the power of this podcast to attack GGG. Like, don't change them.
Yeah.
Moving on. I just randomly walk into boss situations with no warnings. That really pisses me off.
You Yeah, I mean, sure.
Well,
There's no
yeah,
like
yeah, but you
you're
got to remember,
entering
I've
a boss
gone
or something.
PoE2 where I get the
Yeah.
orange glow checkpoint. I'm like, boss time,
Okay,
focus.
that's
Okay.
true. That's actually true.
PoE1,
Yes.
you just random next minute. We are going to kill
Sure.
you, and I'm like, don't kill me, please. Explosions, and I'm like, totems, totems, totems. Didn't like that, especially in hardcore.
Yeah.
This is already
I actually
stress enough
never
as it
thought
is.
about that.
Yeah, well, perspective. Fresh.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad point. I mean, for me, it's an experience thing. Like I know there's a boss coming for like everyone in the campaign, obviously, if you have done it 100 times, and you know when the maps and the pinnacles and everything where they
Mm.
are when they are coming.
Mm.
But yeah, for someone who's playing for the first time, like in PO2, you always have like the orange thing. That's correct, right? So you know, like, oh, now there's a boss fight coming.
We're an 18
Yeah,
plus
that would
stream,
never.
aren't we?
We're an 80+ stream, yes. Why?
Well, this next note's
I think we are.
really quite. Did I say?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, did you find something spicy in PoE1 compared
No,
to
but
PoE2?
it's an 18. I don't know. I know we're an 18 plus. Okay, I'm just gonna let let chat use their imagination. I've written having a something shot moment when discovering motes of power or awesome mods, items, or randomness makes you feel powerful. BDE. My chat knows what
So you
BDE is.
there's more things.
Yeah, so basically you get like little motes of power, like awesome mods or an itemness or something random. And it makes you feel powerful because you're collecting little upgrades and little things that actually makes you feel powerful, and you get that kind of like, I'm feeling quite hench. Yes, Sales answered that for me. Translation for our German chat.
Mm,
So yeah, that was good. I'll move on a bit quicker. Itemization, socket dependency early on can be difficult. You can pick up
yes.
a good item, but the socket colors or links are not right, though potentially not understanding the crafting system with the jeweler's orbs, links, and chroma orbs, but feels that the loot is passed up due to the color matching game. Early game feels rough, but confident it will improve in end game. I like the system, it's different, but it feels that you need to hit a lot of wins to make a decent item. Though investment should mirror the level of reward, but sometimes it feels like a mountain to climb to achieve that. But then on the flip side, if the goal was not borderline impossible, then we'll never have anything to try and reach for the stars. These are actually my notes. The barrier here is the entry of knowledge into the crafting basics because I had no idea.
Yes.
Chat carried me basically throughout the thing. I love you, chat. Though this does lead into a community driven educating, supporting, and sharing of ideas, which encourages community participation, which I love. I love the whole idea of third party software, people helping you out, the tools and stuff. I like that because it brings, we're sharing our experiences and knowledge. So it's almost feel like they've done it on purpose. We're not going to tell you how to play the game, but we'll let you guys figure it out amongst yourselves, which is great, but also can be frustrating because not everybody has friends. Um, so I actually
Yeah.
put that mega loner central. So I just thought the crafting was a bit rough at the beginning, especially with the colors and the matching and the loot.
Yeah, I've some thoughts to that. That's actually true. That's why they changed the way skills work, right? You have just this uncut skills,
Mm,
and you just basically don't need colors and stuff. They that's what they said, I think, somewhere in the first
yeah.
podcast for the release trailer or something. They wanted to make this easier because it's actually very weird in PoE1, and if you don't understand it, you never find upgrades and items and stuff.
Mm,
But what's funny, in my opinion, is they did that, but on the other hand, they put on this ridiculous rune system that before you could switch runes, it was
mm,
basically impossible to upgrade gear without shifting all your runes around.
mm.
Do you remember that in the first
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
first
yeah.
season? So I think it's funny that they changed the skill system because of this problem. Like basically, you have to find the right gear with the right sockets with the right colors in
Mm.
PoE1 to switch gear, but at the same time they make a rune system that causes the same problem in PoE2. I always thought that that's really funny. I mean, now they made it easier. You can actually change the runes. Okay, you
Mm.
lose the runes, whatever. But yeah, this is interesting.
So we say win-win for PoE2. Yay! I think it's a
I mean,
better. I think
I
it's a
would
better
still prefer
system.
I would still prefer the bench, but well,
Oh no, the bench is awesome, and I wish they bring the bench into PoE2 in some capacity, not probably as. I mean, they're two different systems, so you don't have chromatic and
let's
duelist
say
and stuff.
I like the skill system how they do it because I think it's just dragging in PoE1. Like you don't like it's a problem that is like it's actually not hard to solve if you
Yeah,
have like chromatic orbs and stuff. It's just like it feels like they just throw work at you just to throw work on you with this coloring and stuff and so on. That's
yeah.
I prefer how it is in Period 2 actually. I think that's a good solution to
I
make
think
the system easier.
I keep talking about my chat. I feel like I'm try and blow and smoke up chat's bottom. But I think a couple of them have said that the strong thing about the bench in PoE1, which would be nice to see in PoE2, is the ability to swap resistances.
Yes,
I'm
that's amazing.
I'm a converter. I'm a believer. I think that would be great because when you've got that, especially solo self found, it sounds so rude when I say I don't care about softcore characters, but softcore can get access to. They go on trade, they'll find something with similar energy numbers or defensive numbers and get what they need. I think solo self found. It's we choose it to be hard. Okay, so we can't cry over spilt milk and go, "Oh, no, it's too hard." But sometimes when you do find that item that's so good, you're just like, and then you have to play the resistance game. So almost like coming back to the color game, you're having to play the color
Yeah,
socket game. Now we're playing in PoE2 the resistance game. So if I take that one bit of gear off, that then makes my armor redundant. So now I've got my
yes.
armor there. I have to find a new piece of armor. So in solo self-hand, it does become hard. I would like resistance swapping, obviously at a cost, and that's harvest. So just
True.
have it a bit higher because I think the cost in harvest is in PoE is quite low to do it because it's so hard to get your 6 link and so hard to get a decent 4 link and so on and
Yeah.
so forth. So if they reverse that in PoE2, make it more harder to do a resistance swap, but at least you've got something to grind and save up for because you've got a nice piece of gear that you just want to swap lightning to fire.
Yeah, I think that the resistance game, like they actually expect people to have 75 max resistance. And it's easy to get to that point. For me, the resistance game starts at 75. Like everything before, like every character has that. Every character has 75 all rest.
Hmm.
Like nobody does not have that. For me, the interesting part on the resistance game is getting over 75. Like finding the max
30%
resistance
above.
increase.
Yeah, yeah, 30%
Well,
above.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
well, you can go up to 90 resistance by increasing your maximum resistance. I don't mean the a buff
Overcap.
just to have you yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
right.
the buffer you can make, but you can go up to 75, right? And there are items and uniques
Yeah,
and
to max
skills
it.
that
Yeah, yeah.
increase your max resistance, and I
Mhm.
think that is the interesting part. 75 is basically everyone has it, so don't make it so difficult to get it. You even have your
It's not
monsters
that hard
balance
to get
around
it, to be
that.
honest. It's
So
not that
yeah,
hard.
like whatever. Please don't make it so hard to get it. Just give us harvest in PoE2, whatever. But the interesting part is the going above that, like getting extra 5 max rest to go from 75 to 80 and how to solve that. It's
But
not so
there's
much
also its mapping because you get like the elemental weakness maps that there's some. I mean, PoE1's brutal for mob. I mean, honestly, my
yeah,
experience coming back with the PoE1 thing. Every time I ran a map, I was shit. I was pooping myself because I was like, everything on this mod just sounds terrible. So what I was saying about elemental weakness, you need 105 because you're going to be minus 30, so you're going to be back down to 75. So you also need your
yeah, of
overcap
course.
on that.
That is that's included on hardcore character, right? When you play hardcore, you play
It,
late. You aim for at least 100 in each resistance, at
exactly,
least 100.
but that's
You
even
probably want more like 110 or something, and
yeah,
that's not
exactly.
difficult to get.
Well, I wouldn't well, my level 92 was struggling on lightning, but this comes back to where, yeah, I should have,
Yeah, the more you optimize, right,
yeah,
you
and
start to shave away
exactly.
resistances.
But it's still, this
Yeah.
comes back to, if you think about that in PoE 2, but PoE 1, you can solve that problem a little bit easier
Yes.
with Harvest. PoE 2, you can't. And that's
Yes.
where hitting 100, doing the resistance game in PoE 2 is a lot harder. So I'm hoping that I'll have bring the crafting bench with the harvest element, but then because I think it's like 50 yellow or pink, purple or blue, whatever, to do that swap. I think it should be in PoE 2, much more expensive to do it, but you have the
Yeah.
option to do it
Yeah.
because, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would also like to also like to see it, especially because usually runes are supposed to solve this, but they put so much power into runes. Like you can get movement speed, you can get attack damage
Or
increase, all these.
defense.
Yeah, you can get a lot of
Yeah, but
power.
nobody
So nobody
uses
wants. So
them.
nobody uses runes.
Resistance routes. No, I've never used. I use them early
Yeah,
on when you're mapping, but
yeah,
once you get
early on,
into
right.
endgame,
But
you don't
later
use
you
them.
want to swap all this out.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
want
yeah.
actually the far better stuff. So I think that's a bit annoying. They put in the rune system to allow people to make these to solve the
Mm,
resistances. But then later, when your character has a higher level and starts to gain power by putting in other runes,
yeah.
you get the resistance problem again. You cannot change items because you're just barely on like you have 100 and everything, so you cannot shift
Mm,
out an item, right? Like the problem comes back
yeah, and
later
then
when your
especially if
character
you've
is
got a
higher.
really nice pair of boots and it's got lightning,
Yeah. And you cannot use it because
yeah,
everything is completely
because your
like you
fire's
can
down.
pick them, but then you have to use runes again, so you lose damage, you
Mm.
lose other things. It's like,
So that's why, coming back to it, would like a
yeah,
harvest style, but with a more of a
yeah,
cost to it, because we don't
yeah,
have the color socket game. We've got a different type of
or in
game.
the temple
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah.
Like I don't care where it
Okay.
is, just put it somewhere.
Um, Portals. I'm not going to go there. I got started off with Dear PoE Diary. Today, on my new adventures on the Atlas, I noticed something. Every time I used the portal would disappear. This was the case in PoE 2, but there was an outcry and people were sad. And GG changed this, that you could use a portal as many times as you want to go back and forth to get your loot. But on PoE 1, it disappeared. So then I kind of went, hang on a minute, why is everyone moaning about portals in PoE 2? Because every time they did have that originally, if you went in there to get some loot and then come back, dump it, and then go back in there, it would use a portal up. So it was like almost like a portal life. But they changed it in PoE 2 where if you're just going in and out for loot, you don't lose the portal, the attempt. See, I'm a hardcore player, so I don't do the softcore thing. If you die, you lose a portal. But in
Really?
PoE 1, if you go into the portal to get some loot and
Yeah,
then come back, you actually use a
yeah,
portal up. So for me as a
yeah.
PoE 2 player, I looked at it and went, hang on, why am I getting punished for getting loot? What am I losing? So that bit I was a bit confused because there was a bit of an uproar in PoE 2 about it, or not an uproar, that may be being dramatic, but there was feedback about it. So they changed it. So that means you can go in and out of the portal as many times as you want. It's only when you die.
Really, I don't even remember that.
I do, because it was just like meh, 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 and I was
I
just
guess
like,
my filter is so tight that I never pick up a lot of stuff. So
I picked up on that because then I was like, okay, they changed it, but I thought it was a
mm,
PoE 1 thing that they wanted in
no.
PoE 2. But now playing PoE 1, I'm like, well, hold on a minute, you've never had it. You've never had it in
Yeah, but
PoE 1.
in PO1 you always have 6 portals, and if you have to go like if you take out 6 inventories full of stuff from a map, I would assume your filters too light. Like you're not filtering out enough stuff.
I know. Time out. Hardcore. Solo self
Yes,
found. Just
sure,
started off. I'm gonna take
sure.
everything. And it's also a
You
bit of
just
play
everything.
style.
This white boots, this white
Well, you don't get
helmet.
white,
Das
but you do.
weiß.
You take a lot of it because you're trying to build like
Yeah, okay, sure,
alterations and stuff. But you're a pro.
sure.
I would consider you a
Yeah.
pro. So
I think
you,
when you get more experience, you will
yeah,
start like, I don't need this shit. Like, just
exactly. But because I noticed that, I was like, well, because it was something that was changed in PoE 2, I was surprised because I thought it was a PoE 1 thing that was
yeah.
wanted in PoE 2. So I kind of went, huh, you've never had it. And it's a bit like the checkpoints. There was moaning about the checkpoints aspect, and then
Yeah.
now play PoE1. I'm like, huh, you've never had it. So
Yeah.
you've got
True.
it, but you're gonna moan about it type thing. So I was like, okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
oh, PoE1 has way much cool shit to do with items than PoE2. There's so much cool stuff that you can do with it. I was so blown away. I was very excited about possibilities and different ways that you can do things and approach things and make something awesome. PoE2 is very bland, especially getting rid of
Yeah.
homemade
Yeah.
Giant omens.
If you compare it, yes.
Oh, massively. But it's 15-year-old game versus 1 year. It's really difficult
Yeah.
to say. But yeah, PoE1's got amazing crafting, which I'm a bit sad that I didn't really get into, but what I could see on the front of my screen was so many possibilities and the ways to skin a cat, which was good. Um,
Yeah. You were like tier 12, right? So tier 13s.
Tier
So
12s I died on. Yeah.
there's so much crafting beyond that, like really advanced
Don't
crafting where you
say that.
start
That's
to yeah, there is no, it's
I'm now
no, it's just
sad.
like more
Just made
like
me sad. Yeah.
you like next time you play, you can experience even more shit. And I think a lot of players, that's why a lot of players before 0.3 were
Mm.
complaining about like where's the crafting in PoE2? While
Yeah, I
maybe other
get
people
that.
were like, hey,
Totally
but you
get that.
can craft, but it was basically just gambling. 0.3 gave us a lot of crafting, not remotely as much as in PoE1,
Mm.
but actually had a crafting system, which
Mm.
is now sad that they made it more random now, right? Than 0.4. So when you have this PoE1
Mm.
perspective, then I guess you can understand why people
Yeah.
think so
Oh,
that are playing
100% now.
PoE1.
I'm on that train now because I've had a taste of it. Though I'll be honest with you, I can't stand ritual in PoE2 now. I love Breach because I like the farming of the Breach, but PoE2 Ritual because all the omens I need, and this is where the limitations come from PoE2 crafting. I
Yeah.
agree with you. It's like I have to farm Breach because I need 3 or 4 omens to be able to craft something. Instead of going, do you know what? I'm going to do Harvest, or I'm going to do Delve, or I'm going to try and do it this way or do it that way. This is what I want to do. It's like you have to do ritual. If you don't do ritual, you ain't crafting shit.
Yes, for the
And
omens.
that's sad times. And I hated doing that because I was like, I'm trying to do temple, but I need to farm stuff in ritual to then combine it with
Yes.
abyss. And I was just like, I hated it because every time you go to the map and then your omen's not there, and then you have to refresh it and then redo it again and refresh it. Now, I'm a big advocate of grinding. You need to earn the right. I've always believed that, but even my strong pig-headedness of you need to grind and earn it, even I was starting to flake because I was just like, I'm doing a ritual again. Is this the only
Yeah, I
way?
think
And it is the only way, which is
yeah.
sad times. Now looking at PoE1, I'm like, give me some of that PO1 juice.
Yeah, in PoE1, you can I mean, for the high-end crafting again, it's kind of the same. But for like the mid-tier crafting or
Yeah.
like the gear you need to progress to tier 16 maps,
Mm.
you can craft with Expedition, you can craft with Breach. In theory, you can even craft it with Delve. Like or Harvest, there are multiple
Multiple
ways to
avenues.
craft
Yeah.
yeah, the craft the gear. Now, if you reach the tier 16 and you start to optimize your gear, there's
Mm.
actually really like you have to do Delve if you want this modifier. You
Is
have to
that the min
do a
maxing
breach if you want.
experience?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
yeah
yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah,
min
yeah.
maxing experience. Like there's no the overlap is definitely decreasing when you're actually looking for very very specific things.
Yeah.
But I agree that in PoE 2 this already starts immediately. Like you have to do ritual all the time. Ritual is always in there. You
Mm.
need the omens. Like you need the omens to craft
Well,
anything.
it's
Like
just
can
to create
like crafting.
the word is you're right there. Well, 'cause I haven't experienced it, but going on what you're saying with the when you get to 16 or 17 is what it is on the maps, and now you're doing the min maxing crafting. That's the perfecting aspect. But you in PoE2 just to get something good, not min maxed to get something usable, like
Yes.
a good weapon or a decent weapon, not a min max perfect weapon, but you have to do ritual. It
Yeah.
just drives
Ritual
me
abyss,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's not like
No,
ritual
that's it.
abysses all the time. You need the
A
veil, the
and
veil
breach for the
desecration,
catalysts.
and
Yeah, and breach for the catalysts if you're trying to
yeah,
juice your
I would say
rings.
catalysts are already on top. Like you have your ring, you have your amulet, and now you put on the catalyst to make it like really
No, but
good.
then you use the catalyst to be able to increase the rolls on, when you do slam them because they give you a percentiles
Oh, that
increase.
those catalysts. Okay,
Yeah.
I would consider this already higher level, like
Yeah, that's your
crafting.
let's say the PoE1
Because these
16,
are actually
17
like, that is
delve.
actually expensive to do, like, on a
Yeah.
ring and hope that the ring takes this the
Gives
right
you a
catalyst and
defensive
then slams
modifier
it.
or an attacking
Yeah,
modifier. Yeah.
I think that's already that for me, that's already, like, a little bit higher
Yeah, and
from
that
the
to be honest, that's how I
crafting point.
felt. That was my min-max time for the
Yes,
catalyst.
it
But
is.
then come back
Yeah,
to it when you're trying to do your amulet on PoE2 to give you a best chance of being able to roll a defensive like energy shield with whatever it
yeah,
is. You need those catalysts on defensive to be able to be absorbed. So
yeah, but that is really expensive, like, farming, like, 20 defense catalysts actually takes a while
yeah, which I don't
to
mind if you're
yeah,
doing if
sure.
you want to go for the perfect route. But again, as we've both
Yeah,
agreed on, it's like just to
yeah,
do something good requires you to
sure.
do Abyss and Ritual, which is not sad times because it's only early access. They haven't, again, I don't know what their strat is. They may actually not import anything from PoE1 and go with new stuff. So you don't have a delve, you have, I don't know,
Yeah.
skyscrapers, and you do skyscraper league. I'm just making up. But see what I mean? They could be doing something completely different and new, and nothing else comes from PoE1. We don't know, which I think is highly unlikely. But
Yeah, I think there will
yeah.
more stuff will come from peer ones.
Um, I'll finish this off quickly. Not many defensive options on the tree. It's interesting. I know we've spoke about this off stream, but I didn't see as many defensive nodes compared to PoE2. There's quite. I feel I don't have the facts and the numbers, but I don't see. It's like energy shield or armor or stuff. I'm picking up armor and evasion. I'm picking up more armor and evasion. Where the PoE1 tree felt light. I know you've discussed this, so I'll let you answer why that is.
Well, first of all, Silence has a good point. There's actually life on the tree, so you can play life in PoE1. That is the defensive. Like basically, there's no
It's
life in PoE2,
like
right?
a stock game,
So
like a stock game where I got tons of life. I'm gonna take some damage. I've got the stock to be able to. It's like stock
yeah, I mean,
market. Yeah.
the thing is in PoE2, playing life is actually super expensive if you want to play a very tanky life character. Why on energy shield, right? You just slam it on, and there's enough nodes for energy shield.
Mm,
And I think this is a little bit of an experience thing because in PoE2, well, you have life and you have stuff, for example, like endurance charges. They are defensive nodes,
mm,
and there's also a lot of energy shield on the tree. There's also sometimes max resistance depending on where you start, which is
mm.
you can
They're
pick up
quite
to
on
I
early
think
on.
+6.
On the
Yeah,
Templar
if
side,
you
there
if you
was
if
like
you're on the left,
already.
if you're on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
left, on the Marauder side, Templar side, Duelist side, you can take, if you want, bows
yeah.
plus resistance
But
nodes,
on
which is like
PoE2, it's
+6.
right on the outer rim, like the spaces. That those max
Yeah,
resistances are right on the outer rim. But if you look at the
and there's
PoE1
not so
tree,
much of that.
yeah, they're
There's
actually
I think
close in the nearby, like the +4
yeah,
spell block, +4 block, and +1
yeah,
aura. That's really close to the 10-part start.
yeah.
It's not on the outer
You
rim.
You also have in PoE1 a complete different, like you have spell suppression, which is a little bit kind of like, how was it called? Deflection, I think, in PoE2. I
Mm.
never used that. But in PoE1, you have spell suppression on the tree, which you probably not have seen because you're
I
starting on the top
used it. I
left.
was
If you're on the
using
right
it.
side,
No, I was
yeah,
using it. I was building into
it
it.
is basically usually in
Mm.
hardcore when you play it, usually play it that you have 100%, and then you basically get 40% less damage from all spells, which is a ridiculous damage reduction. And that's on the tree, right?
Mm.
You pick the nodes on the tree, of course, also on the gear. You can take also stuff on the gear, but it
Mm.
complements each other, right?
Mm.
You take what you do not get on the gear, you take on the tree.
Mm.
So I think for me there are a lot of defensive options. It's
Okay.
just not here's a bunch of energy shield, bam.
So I think it's
So
probably my inexperience on that to
I
understand the
would
defensive layers.
I
Yeah.
would think so, yeah.
Okay. Uh, I like the idea of a six-link armor. It's not just defense; it's also DPS. So yeah, I quite like that because unless you're playing I think a two-handed weapon when you get your six links on, your chest piece becomes really important, especially if you're playing like one arm, one-handed weapons and stuff. Your six
Yeah.
links become so. It was quite an interesting concept for me, being it's a defensive piece, but also it's my DPS piece. So I quite like that. I think I've nearly finished this. I like. I said to you this the other day. Uh, when you're fighting a unique or rare, that the health, yeah, the health bars, I can't see what mods they have. Yeah, it's like the information on when you're fighting a rare mob and stuff. I feel like I don't know. I might have been slightly half asleep when I saw this, but sometimes I like to see if I've got a rare mob. I don't know if PoE2 does this, and I would like to feed this back actually. I find it very frustrating if I'm in a fight with a rare mob that because my mouse is not hovered over it, I can't see what the damage mods are for me to be able to go, is this something I need to engage and kill quick? Or is this something I can
Mm.
back off a bit or whatever it is? It really frustrates me. And I think PoE1 and 2 does this. As soon as I
Yes.
don't, I have no idea what the hell I'm fighting. So I can't, I have to work out by, let's say you get frozen orb or you get the frozen like spear thing. And then you go, okay, I know what that is. But sometimes I don't know if it's hasted, does it have a haste door around it because I'm doing other stuff at the time, and so it annoys me that if you've got a rare in the area, it'd be really good if they actually kept that information up, so then I can be able to, right, how am I going to kill this thing? What do I need to look out for? What, you see what I mean? That bit annoys
Yeah.
me.
Maybe like a little, kind of like a fading when you remove the mouse. It stays over the rare for
Yeah,
like a second or something, fades away or something like
yeah.
that.
Just give me a bit
Um.
more info instead of,
Yeah.
because then I have to then hunt to try and get my mouse back over the rare, but the rare could be mixed in with tons of mobs and stuff, and then I'm
Yes.
having to try and pick him out at the same time, dodge whatever stuff is thrown at me as well, just to quickly read and go, "Oh, it's proximal." I know that you get like this shield thing. I'm making probably the worst
Yeah.
example, but you get what I mean. I can't assess the situation quick enough because I'm trying to find it, let alone kill it. I mean,
I think.
AoE is brilliant because you could just wipe it, but sometimes if you're a warrior, for example, I don't know, maybe so maybe I'm flapping, but no, I would like it to be up a little bit longer or I can see what it is. Maybe a delay. Soon you're right. As soon as you hover over it, it stays up for at least 3 seconds
Yeah. Then fades out,
and
right?
then fades out. I think that would be
Yeah.
quite good because then I can go, okay, oh shit, it's hasted. Right, I've got to be careful. Bosh, bish, bosh, bosh. No?
I think this is also also simply like an experience thing, because what at some point you don't care about the text anymore. At
You're
some point you
blasting.
only care about the audio and visual cues, because for example, like, yeah, you see, like, this is a
Yeah, I
bubble,
get that. I get that.
it's either proximity, or it is like the which one makes you slower. You see that, or you see the curses on the ground flying around. Okay,
Yeah, 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 I
this
get
one has
that.
curses.
Yeah.
Or the most dangerous and important one, in my opinion, is when you hear like this little um like dynamite sound, like the sound of something burning, is like corpse
Yeah.
explosion. Like, when as soon as you start to hear that, you're like, okay,
See,
there's
PoE
a
2 is
rare
quite good with that because you see
having
the
corpse
little glow.
explosion
Yeah,
nearby.
PoE 2 is quite good because now I trained myself. You are 100% right on that because the only reason why I probably fed this into my feedback is because I was new to PoE1. So I'm looking at that. I'm trying to, I need information because I absolutely have no idea what's going on. But PoE2, you're right, because when I was in the temple, I had a 13, well, I had 13k ES. I went down to 1k. I had a 12k corpse explosion.
Hmm.
But once that happened and that shock and burned into my brain, moving from that to get to 100, I knew the cues. I can
Yes.
hear the cues in my ear go when I hear tss, and like and the little red glow, corpse explosion. So I agree with you because I didn't need to see, even though I did keep my eye out on the rare info if it was a corpse exploder, but I had like a backup system of being able to
Yeah.
detect it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
this is something that comes with experience, with just
Yeah,
playing the
yeah.
game.
It's just I didn't
When
have
you
experience in
start you
PoE1, so I'm
start
like,
like to yeah,
yeah,
you start to ignore basically almost everything
yeah,
and
yeah,
just
yeah,
these deadly sounds and deadly visual cues. That's where
yeah,
like, okay, this rare has something deadly. Everything else doesn't matter because I know it won't kill me.
yeah.
Like if it has always stun or something or extra stuns, but you're stun immune and you're freezing immune and stuff like
Mm.
that, so you don't care about these mods anymore. I
Um,
think at some point nobody reads the rares. But yeah, it's a good point.
I'll do my last three very quick or fire rounds.
Sure.
I like that they add. I love this one. I like that they add.
And then boom.
Yeah, I like that they add monsters in bosses. That actually drop loot. It was amazing. I was fighting a boss, and then I'll get a bit of currency drop. I was like, you don't get that in PoE2. You get nothing. You get no
Where
XP.
did you get that? Because that is actually not common.
Isn't it? I had little
No.
bits. I'm not talking there was like tons of loot laying down, but I don't know if they're actually main like end of campaign bosses or end of act bosses, but in bosses there was loot dropping, and I thought,
What
oh, that's
sometimes
quite cool.
happens, if you play maps, for example, it happens that, for example, the ritual is at the boss, and then there's a lot of monsters around the boss. Something like that,
No,
for
I think I
example,
got it
can
in
happen.
campaign. If I ever play it again, I'll make a timestamp and then I'll do a
Yeah,
whole
sure.
YouTube short on it. But okay, um, loot feel. Oh god, it's just oh, this was like chef's kiss. The loot. I hear people saying this in chat when I've been streaming PoE2 for a year now. The loot feels more satisfying in PoE1. I am a convert. I am a massive convert. The PoE2 loot, I had an Exalt drop in PoE2 and I just sort of went, ugh. I logged on the other day and I was in campaign and that dropped. Where I did remember when an Exalt dropped in hardcore, I was like quite excited because it gives you possibility. But the loot drops in PoE1 when you do buy or you do breach, you come out of a fortress and then yes, it is
Yeah,
very
Fortress is
yeah,
amazing, right?
in Fortress. That's my last yeah, my last point of experience. Breach, they need breach in PoE2.
I'm
Yeah,
sure they
Fortress.
will.
Yeah.
I think they will convert it.
I mean, you've got the tower defense breach, and then you've got the blaster breach where you just go around blasting everything. I think that's amazing. But going back to the loot satisfying, it's just I know it sounds Las Vegas-y, chin 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 when you get the fruit machine giving you all the three cherries, but it was so much satisfying. I love doing Blight. Blight, just hearing those drops and you've got so much possibilities on your screen that you were farming. I don't think I felt
Yeah.
like that in PO. The only thing that I felt like that is when you were doing Abyss and you get like an Echoes drop
Yeah.
or something like that, and then you're like,
Because you can use it for something. It's a
yeah,
crafting
but nothing
material.
else was dropping with it. Where you'll get
Yeah.
other crafting materials, like you get alternation orbs, you'll get a chromatic orb, you get a jeweler's orb, you get a little bit of currency and stuff, and you get some gold. You felt like you were getting a little treasure hoard, but it felt satisfying and it's just brilliant. So I
Ha-
get what people say now that the loot doesn't feel satisfying.
Have you done any crafting with divine orbs?
What in one?
Yeah.
No, I think I
Oh,
rolled
okay.
one thing because I was trying to get the
Oh, okay.
implicit.
Because in one, and that's maybe next time when you play the next season and you
Yeah,
actually use it, you can maybe understand why a lot of people when I play PoE2 and Divine
yeah.
Ops drop, I'm like whatever because you just use it for rerolling,
Mm,
and it's a currency for whatever reason, and for PoE1 players. You actually need divine ops to craft, like to craft mods, like the higher level and good
mm,
mods to do advanced crafting on the items.
mm.
And I think that's that's a little bit. It's very satisfying when divine ops drops because in SSF you will need this. Like you will need one or
Yeah.
two divines to add
Possibilities
some
are
special
dropping for
crafting.
you. Yeah.
Why in PoE 2 and divine op drops and it's like I don't give a fuck. Like I can reroll stats. Okay, I need like maybe like 10.
Might
It's
disagree.
nice.
I might
It's good to have them, but it's not like super necessary, in my opinion.
might slightly disagree with you, but I do agree with you. It's not massively necessary. I think the divine orbs I've used to do like jewels. especially for time lost jewels from Ivarashta. I actually burnt through divines because I was trying to min max my
Yeah.
jewels because my jewel with the ascendancy gave a lot more value. So trying to squeeze that extra 1% and stuff, I did find them. I actually found them useful for actually what their purpose was intended. But now you're explaining to me on the PoE1 side that it's a currency fuel to craft. That's amazing. So that sounds exciting. Um,
Yeah, I agree with the chat when they say like I mean, if you only know peer two, you probably feel amazing when they drop. And I also
mm,
agree with you, say that you will use them to craft. Like I always use my divine orbs.
yeah,
But if you had no divine orbs, it's not like you
it's not the
could
end of
not
the
craft
world.
anything.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
need the omens. Like
yeah.
divine orb is like the last step. Or maybe you have a unit that you want to roll. But
Mm,
you do the complete craft, and then you're like, okay, my item is good, but now I can throw divine orbs to
crank it.
to put up the
Yeah,
numbers a bit
you're
higher,
not pinching it like that. You're
right?
really
Yeah.
cranking it. Yeah,
While
yeah,
in
yeah,
PoE1, it's completely different. In PoE1, you actually need them for the advanced crafting. Like you
yeah,
can,
yeah, yeah.
with the divine orbs, you can block stats that they cannot change. So
Mm,
it's a little bit like some of the omens in PoE and PoE2,
mm,
and you need them for crafting.
mm. Well, I've sort of summarized out my experience. I mean, I know we were trying to look at so far as on a comparison thing.
But I think that was good.
Yeah, PoE1 is amazing. I haven't even touched it properly yet. I mean, yeah, I got to level 92 and level 93. That rip though, oh my god! Did you see the rip?
I mean, I was in the channel. I even told you
Oh,
what
were you
killed
in the
you.
channel? Oh, sorry. See, that's why
One
Cell's right. I totally forgot.
another thing that you forgot, like when your chat told you about what was it? I forgot about it again. Anyways,
Yeah,
something your chat told you about,
they always
like
tell
the
me something.
divination cards.
Yeah, exactly. That was it. I completely
Yeah,
forgot.
I
Yeah.
even told you like the volatile orb that flew to you before you pressed the pause button or the atlas button exploded right and killed you. Then
I didn't even see it.
the the little explosion it flew to you. And usually, if you do not pause, you would just run away from it. Like in the game flow, it's
Mm,
the exploding fireball that is flying behind you, and when it touches you, it explodes. It's like
mm.
volatile core. Also exists in PoE2. And it was very unlucky that you basically paused in the moment when that thing reached you. So you were completely out of this I need to move
Yeah, because
mindset, right?
if I didn't pause, I would have still been moving towards the monster
You would have
blasting.
survived if you
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
pause because you just move away from it. Like there's something flying to you, just move away from it, it explodes
See,
somewhere else.
so go back. Pausing sucks. It's not healthy for you.
You didn't pause. The game paused
No,
when
I
you
paused.
pressed
I
the
went
out
into the
applause.
Atlas tree. The
Okay.
game paused. I unpaused and died. So, chat, let this be a
Yeah.
lesson. Pausing's not always good for your
Yeah.
health.
When you pause, you're dead. You're just gonna
Yeah.
die when you pause the game.
Actually, no, I'm not. We'll save that for another podcast on the pausing aspect.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I think that's done. So yeah, the comparison thing. Yeah, the last thing I'll just summarize up very quickly on this is PoE2 is got a wonderfully bright future off the shoulders and the back and the sweat of PoE1. So I'm so glad that I played
Fruits.
it because it is 15 years of game. There's a lot of people's hours and
Yeah.
passion, and that goes from the developers as well as the community. Um, that it's almost sacred, so I can understand the fierce protection around that game. I've seen some podcasts or whatever it is talking about, Tier 1, is it? I'm not saying is it going to be scrapped, focus on PoE2. I don't get this. I don't get this whole argument. So
No.
I mean, I've watched it from the sidelines for the last year, but I've told my chat on numerous occasions, and when they talk about PoE1, I can't engage with them because I'm not in the conversation. I've never played it, so I can't A, relate, or B, agree or disagree with them. I can't be in the conversation. And I know a lot of PoE2 streamers won't touch PoE1, and I kind of understand that because I must admit PoE1's combat did put me off. I looked at it and went, "That ain't for me." It was so quick and fast. I'm like,
zoom,
That
zoom, pew, pew.
yeah, but now experiencing a little bit, I can understand where you get the addiction from because when you're getting fast movement skills, I like the teleporting. I like ping, ping, ping. I felt like I was an X-Men, with the whole boom, boom, like Nightwing or whatever it is that's just popping out everywhere. I quite enjoyed that. I can't do the stuff like Fuck Gun does and stuff like that. That to me is not gameplay. I sound like I'm sorry, that's not gameplay where you just go. I love Cute Dog. I think he's great. I've watched his streams. He just it's like you get in paintbrush and just deleting your
Yeah.
background that you've colored. And for me, I don't feel that's gameplay. But if you're what I have learned from PoE1, once you actually do it, it is gameplay for you. It is addictive. You are zoom
Yeah,
zoom
it's very
smash smash.
addictive. To
Exactly.
just run in and the whole screen explodes and everything and loot drops everywhere.
Yeah. So I think if you're doing it, it's brilliant. But if you're watching it as a neutral, I have been for a long time. I could see where
Yeah.
it's like, are you actually playing a game or are you just like literally
Yes.
wiping your dishes clean? It just felt like that. It was wax on, wax off. It was just, but now I've played it, I can get it, even though I wasn't doing it that fast. I was just doing, what was it? Flame dance or
Flame Dash.
flame dash. That's it. So,
Yes.
um, here we go. This is going to be bad now. I understand why people get this whole Dark Souls thing because obviously I've done
Yeah.
dodge roll for a long time now. I enjoy the dodge roll. Don't tell anybody this. I know we're going to upload this to YouTube, but don't tell anybody this. And chat, be quiet. I actually prefer flame dash than dodge roll.
Oh, clip.
I
Wait,
enjoyed that. I enjoyed that little,
I clipped that.
that like, I enjoyed that. I didn't enjoy it for my hand. This gamer hand is now dead. My hand is so painful. I miss WASD. That's something I forgot to put in. Um, but here we go. Something I need to add. God, this podcast is going long, but it is our pilot one, so we're not going to be so time restrictive. PoE2 so slow. I went back to it. I need to get back into it, but I couldn't. I mean, I played it the other night, and I was just like this. God, this is slow. This is so slow.
Yeah.
Where you've already got,
When you walk
yeah, when
back.
you get your first movement speed, which is like, I don't know, within the first half hour, you get your first movement speed, flying dash, right blink, boom, you're already there. You're off. You're going. You've got momentum where it doesn't feel like that,
Yeah.
especially sprint, because if you flame dash, you're not gonna die. If you sprint, you're gonna die.
Flickers.
Flickers, you need flicker strike. I
Yeah.
haven't heard of flicker
Yeah,
strike.
Kilika actually has a good point that the often the getting to this point is more fun than actually being there. Because what I always notice is I like gearing my character. I like solving the problems, but when the character is done and you basically can like get an upgrade once a week, like there is 1%, it's like not so much fun anymore in
Mm,
SSF, I think. I think this is more interesting in trade because everything that you now explode out of the monsters you can transform into divines and sell and so on. But in HCR SSF your character's done,
mm.
so you don't need more divines and stuff. Like you cannot do anything with that beside making a new character maybe. So I feel, I sometimes feel like when my character's done, the enjoyment actually
The
becomes
adventure,
less,
the
you know. Like,
exploration, the
yeah, I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
I like the, that's also why I really like league starts and everything. I really like campaign play because you get upgrades all the time.
Mm,
You actually have dangerous things in the campaign, you go through it, and this is also an HCSSF thing. In softcore you just run through it and don't care fuck about anything, but
mm.
it's the progression that is a lot of fun, and at
I
some point
know.
the progression is
I,
over.
I'll get interject. Softcore do give a fuck about something. They give a fuck about the stock market. Because that's what they're
Sure,
stock market guys, which is great because I love trade. I'll be honest with you, probably in the next
sure.
league, I will play hardcore trade. I've never ever played trade, but back in D2, when I was playing hardcore in D2, I was a big trader because I love wheeling and dealing. I love the possibilities of because we used to do it on a forum. We didn't have synchronized trade or any of this stuff. So
Yeah, sure.
I love get post up for 5 sodges. I've got this belt or whatever it was, or the magic find charms. You see, I'm pro magic find. Sorry guys, but you got max res or and 1% or 5%, and I used to love that because then I get home from work. I'll check the board forums, and somebody sent me going, "I'll give you 5 sodges and this and this and that." I miss that because I play solo self out because now being much more older now, I like the Iron Man challenge. I like that pushing myself to see how far I can go. So I have this hankering for trade, but I know that streamers we play hardcore SSF really because that's the solo experience. But I'm starting to think I might use PoE1 hardcore trade to give me that fix in league because then I'm
Mm.
taking a holiday break from PoE2 and I can actually do what I want to do type thing. Not that my chat ever dictate me. They, of course they don't. But yeah, I get to play that trade. So when I get home, I go, somebody bought that for 2 divines. I've got some divines or whatever it is and stuff. So, and also for solo self fan for me, I think I will learn PoE1 a little bit quicker if I went into trade, because the SSF route, there is some investment to do. And as you know, I'm a kind of a
Yeah.
part-time streamer or part-time hobby thing. I it's already hard enough in PoE2, let alone doing it on PoE1. So I'd probably next league, I'll definitely do hardcore trade.
I I did play hardcore trade in the
It's
past.
not getting as much.
I had I had one season where I really played a lot of trade and actually traded a lot.
Mm.
And the result was that was the first season I did Uber bosses in hardcore with basically a character I almost completely bought. And that was not, it was nice, but it was not completely satisfying, like
No, I
when you
get
run
that. It's
around
not
with
off your own
only
back.
gear. But now, after playing a lot of seasons in HCSSF, I actually could see myself also playing maybe a season of trade because I've done everything in
Ideas.
HCSSF.
Yeah.
So like yeah, and I could now go back with it like it's not fine. I can run around with stuff from other people, but there's a middle ground. I think I told you like I also tried to play like group self found, which I think is a nice middle
Yeah,
ground when
I
you have like
turned
a
you down. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
yeah, terrible. Thank you. Anyways,
Good.
but yeah, when you play like with a small group, like three,
Yeah.
4 people, where you don't have the benefit of trade, but
Mm.
somehow it still feels like SSF because everything is super rare. Nobody will find the big items,
Mm.
but you can trade these items that you find a lot of, but you cannot use it for your build, right? Like essences or certain like currency items for crafting. You can trade this at least around, so you have like the mix out of trade and
I'm also
SSF.
going to
So
say
I think
something
that's
on it. There is a, I don't know if Revo's in chat, but this whole, I sometimes do the fatal mistake of putting global chat on, which is because sometimes I'm just stupid and curious. It's like, don't look into the light, and then you look at the sun, and you're like, oh, my eyes, they're burning. Um, but I think it's a bit of a misconception when people say trade is easy. You just get your stuff that you need. You still have to
I mean, you still have to play and work
you
for it. Yeah,
still, yeah, you still
sure,
have to work for it. You still have to farm to get the currency or whatever it is to be able to trade, and that trade might not
sure.
actually be what you need and stuff. So there's a lot of experimentation, and especially when you experiment, it's going to cost you.
Yeah,
So you have
yeah.
to. So um, I think that's a not from you. I'm just saying I think it's a bit misconception when people say trade you've got it easy. You just buy your stuff and that's it. Well, I don't think you just buy
I
your
mean,
stuff.
softcore trade, yes, but
No, you still have to go out there. There's still a market that you have to compete, and if you don't have
I mean,
any credit in the bank,
yeah.
you're not coming in. You're not going to be able to get access to any of your best in slot game. Hence, that's why if you watch all the clips on XR again, they absolutely. This is what I love about hardcore solo self found. Right, I'm. This is going to be controversial. I don't like Headhunter. I think it's a stupid belt. I don't like it. I don't want one. I really hope I find one on stream on solo self fan. Do you know what I'm going to do? I am gonna trash it. I will delete it out of my inventory. I'll just pick it up and drop it and delete it. I'm not interested in Headhunter because I don't like the fact that your movement, you can shade walk and you just bounce you around. I don't like losing control of my character. But there's also a really bitchy side. I hate it how everyone goes mad over a Headhunter. They just like lose their mind. But this is I was using that example because in softcore, when they do find a divine, I kind of get why they get so excited. I don't know, they're not doing it for drama, but they get so excited. Oh my god, a divine, a divine. Because for a
You can buy
softcore player,
something for it.
exactly, but you're now you're trading at the top of the table. You're not a small time merchant or whatever. Now you're like the Wolf of Wall Street. You're up there now. You're not selling penny stocks, little currencies like exalts and stuff. Now you're the Wolf of Wall Street, you know. So I kind of get why they get so excited watching the clips and stuff, and you're thinking, dude, it's just a freaking divine. Why are you literally like, oh, divine? But I think softcore players, that's their holy grail. So I kind of get it that they still have to get divine, they still have to work hard, they still have to blast. But the thing with softcore, they do it like they're at like 120 mile an hour gaming, where solo self-found, especially hardcore, we're much more slower because we've only got
Yeah,
one life. Exactly.
the progression is slower, which in my opinion is not a negative thing because you can enjoy the game longer. I mean, of course, if you're someone who wants to be farming like the end game bosses on day two, then yeah, you go play softcore trade. But if it's fine for you to
Could you do
take a
that
longer road,
quickly?
like the yeah, of course,
What, in PoE1?
yes, in
No.
softcore trade, no problem. I mean, obviously you have to play many hours in the first 2 days, but of course you can do that, no problem.
How?
Like people do pinnacle runs in hardcore in like I don't know 15 hours or so, getting the first pinnacle boss down and stuff.
Yeah, but Pinnacle, I can understand that to a degree. Like our version would be Arbiter in PoE
But
two.
the
So
thing with
I
the
I
uber
kind of
boss
get
is
that. If you know the
if
build and you get a bit
you just
lucky.
need you need the damage and the mechanics. I mean, of course, in hardcore also need a shit ton of tank, but in softcore it's like I mean, if you get killed 2 3 times, who cares?
Not
You like
well.
whatever.
Arbiter. I went softcore. I went softcore thinking for
Yeah.
my design, but obviously you have to get there. So yeah, you have to dip into your defenses and make sure that you can live a map or whatever. But I'm just surprised that I can see it insofar as hardcore that you can do an arbiter run. I mean, I started an arbiter run Friday night. Remember, I'm part time, so like 4 hours. I did arbiter by Sunday night, so I streamed. I think during the Saturday in the afternoon, evening, did some Sunday off stream, and then came on and then killed arbiter from a fresh character. But I did have my bank, so it wasn't like a
No.
complete fresh start. So it's not overly the same comparison, but it surprises me that softcore trade can be hitting Ubers, or you're just talking
Yes.
about pinnacles.
As no, Ubers. As the chat said, like yeah, okay, Ben is an interesting example, but Ben is the best player in PoE ever. And he killed Uber Dread, I think, in the Uber Dread race. There was a race to kill Uber Incarnation of Dread, which is
Mm,
one of the Uber Pinnacle bosses. I would
mm,
say one of the easier ones, I would say, but it's still an Uber boss with a lot
that's
of
it.
shit tons of damage.
Still got a title.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was like, I don't know, like a day or something. That's
That's a really
so
good
in software trade, when you have actually when you're a person, like when you have like a guild and they
mm,
are like, okay, the first person who finds a mage blood gives it to them, or let's
mm.
deck out one person, that's completely ridiculous. Not people can do. Not everybody can do that, of course not,
No.
right? You need to have a lot of time, experience in the game, know what you're
Yeah, yeah,
doing.
yeah,
And
yeah,
if you
yeah,
have
yeah.
like a structure, like a guild that actually push one person, yeah. But yeah, easily you can go there. You can
Mm.
get there in 2 days to start to farm Uber bosses. No problem.
Amazing chat contribution. Acronym for RIP. That's really good, actually.
Really interesting podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else?
Ah,
It's the hardcore, really interesting podcast.
I like that. It's not
Well,
just his looks. Um, okay. So, I mean, how long have we been going for this? 2
2 hours, 20
hours. We said it was only
minutes.
gonna be like an hour podcast.
Yeah, I wanted to do like an hour and 1.5 or something.
Shit. We've got a bingo card to do. I think we should move on to that. Or do you
Yes.
yeah, we
If you
need to
want to
get it
do,
done.
yeah,
What's
because
time?
I also have to get up early in the morning like you
Yeah,
do.
I'm flying to
So
Germany.
I think we should go for the bingo card.
Yeah. Well, we can work on our transition soon. Let's see if this works now.
Let's see. Ta-da!
Oh, my bingo card. Where's my bingo card? Not there. Paint. Yeah.
It looks so weird.
It does look really weird.
Um,
Nerds getting together is like a girlfriend saying should be ready and fight. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
will you look the 0.5 announcement stream? Yes. I mean, probably not together. We talked about that, but we'll most likely make a little podcast about that.
Yes. Yes, because also we have to do a bit of
That's
research.
that's the plan.
Mm. My chat, can you see a bingo card box thing? I don't know. I can't see it because it's covering my. Why isn't there a single straight line inside the outer rectangle? Oh no. Is that me or you? That's your chat, so that's you. That's a you thing.
Why is a single straight line inside the? I don't know. There's a
We
rectangle.
Twins and Chat can also see your bingo card. Yes, sir, but it's not properly sized, I think. Yes, but it's not the right size. Okay. The 4 by
I hope
4
my bingo card looks good. It's 4x4.
It's not the best bingo card I've ever seen, but it could work. I think that's going to go on my stream starter.
Wieso so schief?
Yeah.
Well, it has to be.
Let me ask in German. WTF, why so schief? I need to practice my German. I wanted to do a German hello, welcome to the podcast.
Hello?
I need to learn
Yeah.
that. Yeah. It's like Guten Tag and whatever it is. I need to learn
I mean,
that.
you have some time in Germany to learn it.
Ah, there you go. I'm gonna get that. It's not the best bingo card I've ever seen, but it could work. Okay, so it's there. I don't mind a bit of chat participation on this. Any ideas from my chat? We're making 2 bingo cards. The
Yeah, we will
Guten
put
Tag
on the
was a
things we
Guten Tag.
disagree. We will put other stuff. So I want to start with something. I
Go
will
on.
put on my bingo card some that like guaranteed one. Hi, I am Jonathan Rogers. I want to put that on my one.
Really? Do you want to
Yes,
set
because
some? Do you want to set some stakes out for this?
yes, of course. I
Okay.
would love to set some stakes out for
That
this.
sounded so scripted, didn't it? Oh yes, yes. I would love to put some stakes on this.
Please.
Yeah.
Please, let's set some stakes for this.
Do you want to explain it? Well,
Yeah, so the one that is actually losing the bingo has to give 5 sub to the other person and praise their name and bow down in submission.
sounds really
Maybe
kinky.
I
Yeah.
added some additional
I don't know
conditions
whether
here.
that's worse, submission or showering. I don't know which one's worse at the moment now. So submission. Okay. Dear me. Submission. You see, it happens so naturally where you say something, you just instantly regret it in your head. You're like, "Ah, probably poor choice of
Sure.
words." Like I was thinking in the shower. Okay. So yeah, whoever loses, 5 subs to their channel. So someone could be
To the other
lucky
one.
to the
To
other
the
one.
winner.
Yeah, to the winner. Not my chat. They're not going to get anything. They're going to be really upset. Hopefully, I can give them something to be proud of. But contributions from chat, we're okay with that. We have
Yeah, if
brand
you
new
have
changes.
any good suggestions, what could appear in 0.5?
No, Lolas. No.
No, there's no winner coming in 0.5. There's no...
I did have one for me, which is you got to have one really wacky one. What I said to you, didn't I have one?
completely nude MTX. I think that's a good one for you.
Can't you get that anyway? You get the removing. New class. Do you okay, here we go. Now we're getting some mature well, we've got Vibe
Yeah,
off, Lolas as well. I have to keep them happy. You know, with one thing about Lolas, you might get to know him a little bit.
new weapon type and class. Yeah,
Yeah, if you just throw things at him, he's happy. It's very
I
easy.
mean, I would. I'm not looking at what maybe they said already or what they planned. I will just what I would like to see is
Okay.
obviously axes or swords, and I will just say axes.
Well, let's go with
Let's
the
go for
new
axes.
I'm gonna go with the new class straight away from my chat.
Yeah, new class. I also will go. I will also do
Okay.
new class.
But let's drill down on that. You wanted to do some drilling, some
Yeah.
what new class?
I mean, Jonathan already said at some point that they want to do the duelist, I think. Um, but I mean, yeah, like duelist and swords is something that is going to be there at some point. Shadow, I like Shadow. I would love to see the Shadow and the Trickster, but it's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna go for Shadow.
You're gonna go for Shadow.
Sure, Shadow Trickster Ascendancy would be crazy good with Energy Shield, but Shadow would be cool, like the assassin, like
Uh-huh.
on the monk side on the top right.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we only have the monk there. We have nothing else there on the top
Yeah.
right, so maybe Shadow would be cool.
I
I go for
I
Shadow.
I think okay, going for Shadow. This might be weird, and Cell's gonna hate me. He'd probably give me some abuse tomorrow for it, or maybe right now because he's not scared. I don't think it's gonna be Shadow, and I'm gonna ignore Cell on this. It breaks my heart doing that. I'm actually gonna go Templar.
Yeah, that would
Because
be funny.
they've already started on that side of the tree with Druid and armor and energy shield, and I think that they need to sort armor out overall, and I think that's probably going to come in the balance changes for 0.5 because it's been a community issue, armor as well as life. I see that side of
Yes,
the
I believe as
tree
well.
hasn't been developed yet, and it just makes it. If you look at Amazon and Ranger and things like that, they kind of concentrate around the trees. Monk is super strong with and sorcerer with the ES shields and stuff. So if they're going to bring armor up to that type of level, they'll need life, and I still think they've got work to do, especially with all the data they've got from Druid and all the shape shifting and things like that. I think it would be Templar.
Yeah,
So
maybe. Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
I'm gonna put like a little shield because I'm doing some artistic stuff. No, that's not good. And on whoa. I didn't do that very well. Can I press back? Yeah. All right, let me do a shield, and then I'm gonna put a cat on it because I know Lola's likes a cat. So it's a cat shield. It's like more like a
Cast on crit
rabbit.
comment deleted.
Ah,
Yeah, I think we can everyone can put this on his
oh, there
on
you
his
go.
bingo chart.
I'm gonna ban Cell
Flails.
very soon. Stop joking, sir. So new class. I think Templar. You think Shadow.
Fire damage becomes useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think
Ooh, it's a good point, Funky. Very good point, Funky. It needs to be deleted. I love Comic. Comic got to me. My dreams got me to 100.
yeah.
Anyway, so
So
weapons. Coming back to weapons,
weapons.
I think Funky's right. I think flails are coming in as well.
Yeah,
If
if you go
Templar
shadow,
comes,
you probably have to go for
daggers,
flails.
shadows. What
I will.
flails? Or is
No,
that
no, no.
daggers?
If if you
Oh
go for
right.
Templar, sorry. If you go for
Yeah.
Templar, you probably have to go for flails, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Um, yeah, shadow is daggers. Aren't daggers in the game, right? Or
No.
no? Oh,
No.
then I have to go for daggers. Never gonna happen, but yeah, let's go for daggers.
I did,
I will draw.
but does that actually seem like a pretty much it will come with the class? Is that an actual bingo slot
I don't know. I will go for daggers. It's fine. If actually they patch in the shadow next season, if they actually do that,
without
then I
daggers?
can then I can see them also patching in the dagger. Yes, absolutely. So we go for a dagger.
Why it's a separate bingo thing?
Yeah, it's a separate bingo thing, of course. Yeah.
That's
Otherwise, we will
crazy.
never fill up these
Well, I
these
can fill it out
fields.
with
Yeah,
some bullshit.
it does not look like a dagger.
Well, I'm gonna put the fail on the Templar for now because I think that's really such a given. So you can use it as a separate, unless I can't feel it, then
There's
I'll move it.
poison here, like greenish poison.
There's my fail. I quite like this.
It
It's like
looks
arts and
it looks
crafts
new.
moment. I think it's an arts and crafts moment. Okay, I'm doing that. So Templar is flowers, shadow is daggers. Shadow comes from daggers. No, did we really have nodes for claws in PoE2? Yeah, we had the claw nodes in PoE2 tree, but they were just attack damage percentile. I used them a lot with a few builds of mine. So, okay, so we've done a class. Classes equals weapons and PoE2. Yeah, so we can't see shit. What do you mean you can't see shit? You can't see my bingo card. We need a test. Can you see my bingo card, chat? Can
I
I?
mean,
We
I hope
need
you
to
can see
make. You
mine.
need to make it smaller. We see, as we told you, we can only see 2 times the middle of the card.
But yet you realize that Xeo is not listening very often.
Well, but I can't see it on that side. Hang on. Why is it not showing it?
We are doing a podcast silent about Path of Exile 1 and 2, and now we're doing a bingo card on Xeo 2, as Xeo 4.
Oh, it's actually on the. Oh, I actually have to have it on the screen.
Now we
Oh.
see 1.1.
Oh my god. Right, well, we did say we're quite new with this chat. Oh, look, I can do that as well. I didn't know that.
So it has to be 4x4, yeah? Don't cheat and make it 1x1. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm a
Come on.
gentleman. There you go. Can chat,
Oh.
can you see it now? I can't see Twinston's face anymore. It's okay. I still love you. It's getting better. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Can you see my little Templar with the cat on the shield? What I did. It's beautiful. Okay. Now I had the bingo card over my OBS. That's why I couldn't see it. Okay.
So
What's next?
I think they finally going to nerf energy shield.
Do you think a nerf of energy shield?
Yes. I
My
think they finally do it. Please.
okay.
Buff life. Buff life, nerf
Yeah, but
energy shield. Or
that's
buff
two
life and
things.
make
Yeah.
yeah, I know. But or buff life and make monsters more
Okay.
dangerous or something.
Okay. I think you. Oh, guess what? They've got a heart thing. I think. Look at that. Oh, I am a pro. Look at
Nerf
that chat.
ES, please.
Look at that. I've done. So you think there'll be a life buff?
Buff life says the blood mage enjoyer. Yes, please.
Yeah.
Buff
I.
life.
Do you know what? I think you're right on that, and I'm going to agree with
I
that.
would not mind if they buff life and increase the danger of the mods. So actually, energy shield becomes less useless, but at the same time they also buff life, right?
Yeah.
So it's on the same level, and both
Yeah.
defenses like go
If you want to go
down.
for an ES nerf, you go for it, buddy.
Yes,
I don't
yeah,
think they're gonna touch ES. I think they're gonna bring the other stuff up. I think ES was used as a benchmark. If you think about it logically, and again, I have
yeah,
no
it's possible.
evidence. It's like okay, ES is a 9 out of 10 defense, where armor's a 5 out of 10 or a 7 out of 10. I mean, obviously, if some players manage to get the right
Yeah,
gear, it's pretty
armor
good.
life is trash. The only good armor life for hardcore is, in my opinion, Witch Hunter
Yeah.
with sorcery reward.
It's
Everything else, in my
but
opinion,
that's
is
not even
terrible.
life. That's just an extra.
That's sorcery reward.
Yeah. So
basically.
this is what I'm saying. So they might bring those other like pure evasion, for example, because that's just a lottery. That's a lottery of death. Pure evasion. But they might go right.
Yeah.
They're all 6s and 7s. We need to get it to a 9 out of 10 light ES. So I don't think they'll nerf ES. I just think they'll buff everything else. So life, there
Yeah,
will be life
sure.
on the tree. So I've got a love heart.
So temple nerf is
Yeah.
do we do both do temp? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, this is not gonna stay in the game like it is now. That's like a free bingo, I think.
But I have a little
I go for temple nerf.
yeah, but I'm going to put a little bit of detail into that. I'm going to drill in. I'm going to drill in. Okay, I think the temple nerf, okay, is going to be I'm gonna put it like this, and I'm gonna put it I think it's gonna be smaller.
Um,
Uh,
I will do Temple Snake Nerf because they will not touch AnotherXeo or anything like that. I think AnotherXeo is completely fine.
yeah, I think it'll be smaller.
I
I
think
think
it's the snake thingy that you have this giant snake temple and it just rains down from 10,000 million rarity bonus.
uh, I
A
think
new cutscene for it, Siri.
more boober.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
You never know. Yeah, better shots. I think they'll make temples smaller. I don't think it'd be as big as it is. But also loot nerf. I'll go with that. I think is that a separate thing or the same thing?
Um, well, I think it's just if they nerf it, the temple, and you can. It's
Yeah,
quite
but you got to
hard,
be in
really.
what way they're gonna nerf it. I mean,
Well, I said I just wrote down snake nerf. I don't know. They just they might make it smaller. Maybe they make it that you can no longer lock rooms. I don't
yeah.
know, but I think they will definitely remove the ability to build huge temples. Like even
Well, this is why I think
like
they'll make it smaller. They'll make it more compact.
what I mean, I saw other people suggesting solutions for this, and I like the solution, for example, that you actually can build a big temple, but it completely collapses, like completely 100% after you did it. You know, so you can have like you
Yeah.
build it up and you have one amazing run, and then just everything collapse. I don't know. I think Gazi said that, talked about that.
Well,
Anyways,
Cell just said
so
that actually in
that
chat.
sounds really good.
Yeah, Cell said that in chat, but also Funky, I
Yes.
agree with him. I can't
Uh,
expect. I mean, I spent
oh
most
yes,
of
he
my
did.
life in
Sorry, yeah.
Temple. Yeah, no, it just backs
Yeah,
up what
one
he's.
good run. Yeah, yeah. I think I actually I really like that actually, that idea. So
Oh,
if you want to farm it, you can like go for it. You build up your big temple, and you know it's gonna be cool. Of course, it's the balancing again, right? It should not
mm,
drop like 1,000 divines, but kind of the same amount of divines you get from this stuff, from the time investment and so on.
mm. Well, I must admit, I need to get rid of that. It's not going to get rid of it, is it? No, it's not. Oh, it's my OCD seeing that I haven't put a capital L on loop, but I can see an envision of the temple being smaller. So I'll just make it like a bingo. Say it's 4x4, um, and you use it very much like a pocket loop. You know, you can go
Yeah,
into your
that's also
temple.
possible that
Yeah,
they go for that.
and then you can get an extra few XLs or whatever it is. You can then customize it with like, okay, I want it for currency, I want it for uniques, and it will be a lot smaller. And then you can access Aziri to farm. There may be a couple of more steps that you need to do, but I don't think it'll be on the metropolis size temples because I agree with what Funky said in chat. I'm looking at the it's right in front of me. Um, I don't think it's going to be the size that it is where everybody spends it, especially if you're going to make efforts to do endgame
Hmm.
and then nobody's in endgame because their loot's all in temple. So, yeah, I think they'll make it smaller and the loot will get nerfed.
Hmm.
Okay. People are saying
So
delve.
yeah, runes is asking which
Ooh,
mechanic could be the next one. I
yeah,
that
that's a
is
good job.
actually oh, this is so hard to predict without
King's
actually
March.
knowing all their Kings. There's King. Yeah, I don't know.
Uh,
There's King's March already in there, Act 4. Um, this is so hard to predict without knowing all the interviews.
New villains.
Um, like what could be the next mechanic? Um, I I mean they will rework the end game. So I would say the next mechanic is something with Atlas related, like with the never ending Atlas in some kind. I would keep it a little bit like vague. Basically, it's not just you go on a map, you have your mechanic, but
Mm,
it is something that has to do with the regions on the Atlas. I really hope they expand on that. Make the Atlas bigger, make the Atlas more
okay.
interesting.
I,
So
I'm going with mine
I'll give it
straight
to that.
away because I agree with what you just said. because if they're doing endgame stuff, uh, I think it'll be Blight, because Blight then spreads across the maps, and then
That could be true.
bit
Yeah.
like Abyss, where you can then have your ritual stones to then bring it in. And I think it'll be Blight, because I think the one thing to get. So I am a business person. I'm a businessman, but you also got to look. You got to treat the players also. I hate this. I'm going to get some pushback on it, but you have to treat them as customers in a business. And what is good for PoE2? What's the reputation for PoE? Loot. And I think Blight gives access to that loot. And after what I've just said with the PoE1 experience, loot feels more satisfying in PoE1. I think Blight will give that opportunity for PoE2 to have that loot feel satisfying drop, because doing Blight is great. You know, when you go and get your loot at the end after a tower defense, and also it's a tower defense. So you've gone from doing the temple,
Mm.
build your dungeon, and now you bring a tower defense mechanic into the game. So for me, I think it'll be Blight.
Yeah, I don't think so, because I think a lot of people like tower defense is such a polarizing mechanic. I don't think they will do that, but you can put it on your cards. It's fine.
Yeah,
We will see.
but I definitely do. But as you said, you need a mechanic that will integrate with whatever end game they're going to be.
Yeah,
Personally, I think it'd be something completely new, and I think trying to use a PoE1 league mechanic to be in PoE2, I think it might be a little bit of a red herring. But I think of any of the PoE1 mechanics that could actually come into an Atlas map system, a bit like how Abyss is, I think it would be like. That's my bingo card. Don't know how chat feels about that. It's at 40. Oh, why is it so tiny? Oh, there you go. Blight. That's my league mechanic.
yeah.
I'm just going to do this. I'll clean this
So
up.
I would just throw my card that they will just like, I hope this. I don't actually believe that will happen, but I hope they will just buff a lot of the skills early game, like
Skill
in the
buff.
campaign. They don't have to buff everything on level 20, but there's so many gems that are just kind of trash for the campaign and early maps. It it would, in my opinion, not destroy the balance to just like buff the level 1 to 16 or something,
Mm,
so you can play more in the campaign. It all works, and then it starts to become slower in the end game. But at least it's not like you take a skill like
mm,
Fireball, and in Act 2 you don't do damage anymore.
mm.
Like nothing happens. I would really like to see that. So you actually it for a new player, he can just pick whatever and he will have a decent time and then fall off in the end game. I think that is better than immediately running against the wall in Act 2 or Act 1,
Mm.
because you have like a weird skill. So I would see a low to mid level skill buff
That's really
on
Pacific.
all,
That's like
yeah, on
really.
all, like on all skills that are just garbage.
Well, that one could be your one, because that's far too complicated for me.
Yeah, I just put it in
Yeah,
here.
I went for Love Hearts Life. I mean, I tried to do a little temple. Okay, so you're going for skills, but the thing is, I know chat's trying to rage bait me over Cast on Crit Comet. I think they won't get rid of the skill. I don't think they'll take it out of the game. It's too delicious. It's too satisfying. That's why we like
Oh, they
PoE.
won't delete it. No, I don't
No.
think so either.
But I think what they'll nerf is, this is me getting a bit technical now, which is unusual because I am a little bit of a window licker. I actually think they'll nerf the energy on
Yeah,
Cast on
I
Crit.
actually also think they would change the trigger mechanics.
Yeah, I think they
I
will
I think
change
I
that.
think that too, yeah. Like,
Oh
I
man.
can see that happening. Maybe they keep, because the Comet should be strong. Like, you want Comet to like crush into your enemies and explode everything. Like, this is the meaning of the Comet, right?
Mm.
So I actually think they would change the trigger mechanics.
Yeah, so
Like,
cast.
adjust.
So they're gonna change some cock. So I'm gonna put. Oh, this is so terrible. How does Rax do this? He is a master of no, oh my god, energy. So I think he'll. Actually, you know what? I know what it is. I'm gonna have to go back and just get rid of that energy because that's what. Oh,
I just draw a comment next to that. So it's fine.
I just put cock. That will help. I know a few of my chats will enjoy that. Um. Okay, so
Yeah, sometimes they overdo the nerf. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
that's true. That's very true. Um. Anything else? We could just start spitballing.
I
I was
Well,
feeling the
it's
missus.
something I actually hope is they remove or heavily nerf, I would say, the plus level system.
Plus skills. I'm gonna put the
Yeah, I
skill.
think that one is completely out of control. It's completely stupid. Like if your item does not have this, like plus levels, it's basically garbage. Like you can just like throw in the garbage can.
You see,
It doesn't
PoE1.
matter how many.
Yeah, I get that. PoE1 doesn't have the similar thing, but then when I was playing fire totems, that +1
It has.
fire onto the skills, I
It
was.
has. You have plus, but the best thing you can get is like +2. That is extremely hard and rare. So
No,
especially
but
in
I mean the
SSF,
+1.
you just have like +1, and other stats can also matter a lot. But in Period 2, the spread is
Ooh.
like 0 to 7, I think. So
Mm,
if in Period 1 you don't get your +1, you can still build a good
mm,
staff, a good wand. In
mm,
Period 2, if you don't get your +5 or your +7 or something on a two-handed,
mm,
like everything else doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You have to have this stat first. Otherwise, it's complete garbage. Whatever you have, like you can have tier one spell damage, cast speed, crit chance, whatever. Doesn't matter.
mm,
If you only have +1 spells on this on the or skills on this weapon,
mm.
it's trash. So I assume they will nerf that. I hope so. I really hope so.
I agree. I agree. Okay. Though I will say my PO1 experience, I playing the fire totems, I had to find a +1 fire skill, +1 fire skill to get the damage because the payoff from a +1 was still too good.
It's strong on PoE1, no question.
Yeah.
Like you want that on spells. On attack abilities, it does not matter that much, but on
Oh, it
spells, it's
doesn't. Oh, okay.
important.
I didn't know that. So
It actually on attack abilities, not that much.
okay.
It's the
So
impact's lower.
PoE1's a little bit more balanced where it's not so
Yeah, you also
spiky.
you don't get so much. It's
I
not
think I
like you
got
get a
plus 38 comet.
+5 on a one-hand weapon, +2 on your
Yeah.
focus, +2 or +3 on your amulet, and
Uh-huh.
whatever. And then there's this unique helm with
Yeah.
+3, +4.
Yeah,
It's funky
because
set.
because my comet, I think,
It's
was
stupid.
38. Yeah. Okay.
It's stupid
Um,
in my opinion.
I agree with Crouching on this one. I want my monkey back. I think they'll
You mean
buff it.
they will buff the monkey?
Yeah. Yeah. And do you know what? I'm gonna be a bitch now. I'm gonna say it. I think from that Ben, it's actually in my video where he was running, sprint charging, and then he ran into the monkey and it one shot him. And he was doing a hardcore SSF race against Sarge, and it just deleted him. And then
Yeah,
you see him in the clip go and play PoE1. He just logs out and goes, right, I'm playing PoE1 now. I think
I
that
think
did
that's
a.
cool.
Oh no, I think it's cool, but if you're trying to promote PoE2 and then you see someone go, "Well, that's it, I'm going back to PoE1," I, I, I'm being so bitchy. It's probably not the case, but funny enough that that nerf on the monkey came through quite like a week or so later, and I think Quinn struggled. I think he was doing a what was it, a Thorns build, and where he had his shield up and it was a red attack, and then I think it was Azarin saying that he actually agreed with them that when the slam hit, it hit behind him.
Yeah.
So I know there was a big nerf that came through, but I think for hardcore SSF, you need something in the game that you literally switched on because you know you can get deleted. I don't want a soft monkey. I want a hard one.
Yeah, I actually I like a difficult monkey because you can just run away from it and everything.
Mm,
And I like that there's this monster that if you know about it and you know about it after the first time you meet him or you hear
mm,
about it and you know this guy one shots you. So you just either you go into well knowing you can die in hardcore or you just skip him for 10 levels and then do him.
mm.
And I like this guy. He's so iconic. I also like him to be stronger.
Yeah.
Although this is your point, I don't want to write this. I have another point.
No, that's mine.
But
But I
yeah,
agree with crouching.
it's a good point. I would love to see that. I would
Yeah.
love to see the monkey buffed back
Yeah.
that basically people die again.
Yeah.
This monkey.
It's brilliant because he becomes legendary, and you need legendary figures in games. Like
Yeah.
Maven. Prime
Actually,
example is Maven.
everybody knew the monkey, right? Everybody
Mm,
knew Act 3 monkey, and the
mm.
sound when you actually get into this
Ugh.
aggro range, like this, and you're
Yeah,
like, "Oh, fuck,
oh
let's
shit!
run." Let's
It's
run away.
brilliant. Bring it back.
Yeah.
We need
It's
monkey.
amazing. I don't
Yeah.
know why they nerfed him. I think it's not good.
I personally, as I
At least
just
keep
said,
the campaign version that strong. Like, if they wanna nerf the later versions of map, I don't care, but the campaign version
yeah,
is
the
so
campaign.
iconic, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But I will say, yeah, I was sounding bitchy, but I just, it was very timing that the monkey
it's
nerf
a
came in
gorilla, okay, yeah.
afterwards. Yeah, or gorilla. Well, it's quadrilla. Got 4 hands. Got 4 hands, isn't it? 4 arms. It's quadrilla, isn't it? Ah. Anyway, can we talk about fire damage, by the way? Oh, yes. Lola's my boy. I
Yeah,
actually,
I would quickly put in, Rune's Little Wish here, buff to get Gemlin Legionnaire. I have no idea about that class, but I still
mm,
have to fill some boxes, so sure.
mm. I'm going for fire. No, I agree with him because I was a big Avatar Fire warrior, using for Hammer of the Gods. Once they nerfed that, I was like,
Yeah, fire
uh,
damage is terrible. The only the time I played fire is like with the chaos
yeah, yeah, yeah.
black flame covenant.
Mm,
It's true, but I don't see them changing that. I think, but who knows?
slight pet peeve. He's not a monkey. He's a gorilla. Well, I think the community calls him a monkey. That's what the beast or
Yeah,
creature is called. I don't.
I think the
Yeah.
fire thingy is a problem more of the skills, not fire itself. Ignite is a
No,
bit
but no, the
underwhelming, but
mechanic. I think the
the
mechanic and
skills and every
well, this
like there are no good
it
fire
comes back with
skills.
flammability. So you've got to do flammability and you've got to do ignite. So there's two things that you've got
Yeah,
to scale to make a mechanic work. Where before, to ignite, it was based on the fire damage, so you didn't have to scale it as much. If I remember, because I was doing a warrior with Hammer of the Gods in 02 before they nerfed it. I think it was 03 that they actually nerfed it. I didn't like what they reworked. I agree with Lolas. There's a lot of effort and work that you have to do to make fire like usable compared to lightning,
yeah.
like shock.
Please buff fireball. I want to play fireball again. I like the spell.
Okay, I'm just gonna put fire damage. I agree with Lolas on that one. Uh, uh, right. Okay. So fire damage. I agree with Lolas is one, and I'm going to take that as well. I agree with him. I concur with him. We've got another bloody 8 of them. Okay, you may be right. This is quite a few. Um, is there anything useful? We need some brain people in chat,
Yeah,
or am I going to have to spit?
I will bet on adding defensive layers. I mean, I don't know what kind, but I think that will add. I would like to see more defensive layers
It's very broad.
because at the moment we have armor, which is kind of like meh. Elemental armor, okay, and then that's like I don't know. Deflection is also a mechanic that is not
Yeah,
100%. So
yeah.
there's not a lot of like converting damage or getting additional reduction to damage types.
Mm.
So I would like to see more of that.
Um, I'm going to go. I'm going to ignore you because I love doing that. I'm going
Sure.
crafting. But crafting's a bit weird. I don't want to just go crafting. I want to try and be a bit more, make that bingo a little bit harder to get.
Homogenizing omen coming back.
Well, no, I've actually got one.
Copium.
I got one. Here we go, chat. And I think chat will respect me and think I'm actually know what I'm talking about a little bit. Regals. I want to bring I think it was Perfect Regals or the Omen. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
S-
that's the regal omen. Isn't that
Yeah.
no, it's not the other, not the
No,
homogenizing
it's just the one
regal
where,
omen,
yeah,
basically.
Regal
Yes.
Omen. I'm going to put Regal Omen. I want that back. I would, and I hope that does come back because that gives a little bit more of determination. Obviously, if you get a good blue item with two good mods, or you craft it, um, then you've got at least a chance to get another defensive mod on that. And especially if you get the other omen where you can place where it goes, either as a suffix or a prefix. I think that will it's a lesser version of a harmonizing
Yeah.
omen. So I think that will help now until they bring more, as we'll go back to what we were saying about the different ways to craft. But again, this is me bitching. It's a ritual thing again. So I'm like, ugh. But I would
Yeah, but
like to Regal Omen
they can change
thing.
that. I actually, for me, for crafting, what I will add here on the bingo chart is useful omens for all mechanics.
What do you mean useful omens for all mechanics?
Well, I want to see like if omen is the way they want to go for crafting, sure. Have an expedition omen that have certain cool expedition things that can add.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
a breach omen, have maybe the new mechanic, have maybe a Val omen. I don't know. Like if omen is one of the major crafting mechanics, then I think it would be cool if all mechanics have like their own interesting omens that you can
Yeah,
then
you can
farm in
collect,
that
you can
mechanic.
farm in that mechanic. Yeah, I get what you
Yeah,
mean.
and so I don't know what, but there's some modifiers you can only get by the expeditions
Yeah,
omens, for examples. And if you want to go for that, you have to farm expedition and get the omens.
yeah. I actually like what Cell just said there. For me, I'll need to clean that up a bit, but I I can't get on this. This really pisses me off about Paint. I can't actually reselect it to edit it, but I quite like the
Yeah.
idea. Do I just delete it? What's this? Is this a rubber? Oh, it's no good. What I mean by Rego is the bit where it determine if you've got an armor defense, like a res, that's it. If you've got a res on it and you use a regal, then you'll get a res. Yeah, because on the blue item you get a suffix and a prefix. So wherever you drop the omen, you can get another defensive mod or you can get another resistance. So that's the mini version of the deterministic crafting. I would like that original Regal
Mhm.
Omen back, or they have a similar type thing like that, but in a different league. So I will clean that up, but that's what I'm looking for. The power of the Regal Omen back in whatever format, it doesn't matter. So whether it's, let's say it was in Blight, it's an omen that you can pick up in Blight that you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's ask, but then what makes ritual unique? Maybe the generic crafting omens can be found everywhere, and ritual gets their own omens,
Yeah, a
something
bit
like
like
that.
like being able to say where an exalt goes, whether it's on a prefix or a suffix. That's like
Yeah.
regular currency type stuff. But also you get
I
other.
mean, it would be
It has a
great
lot though.
if ritual were not the only place to find the base omens. Like when I talk about useful omens for expedition, those
Yeah.
omens are not like the base crafting omens. Like
Mm.
it's more
Yeah, yeah,
specific.
you're right.
It's
I have to find an expedition omen in ritual to do an expedition. Why can't I find the expedition, the 50% increased chance for recombinator? Why can't I find that in expedition? Why do I
yeah,
have to find it in
yeah,
ritual? It
for
makes no
example,
sense
right?
for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
Sure.
god. We got there. I like that. So are we talking about an omen rework? That's a very broad one. That's an easy tip box, but then
I
is
just
it?
I just put useful omens from mechanics basically because
That's
at the moment the only like you have a ritual with all the base omens, and actually only Abyss has like its own omens, right? The
Mm,
omens, the desecration thingies and everything.
mm,
Like Abyss has this already, but
yeah,
other mechanics and the new mechanics should get that too. If omen is like the way like we want omens to basically be our crafting bench or our
yeah.
way to craft stuff.
I'm gonna put Omen rework
Sure.
because I think it needs a rework. But that Regal Omen, I will change the English on that because I just can't do it. Um, is the deterministic aspect. I would like to get that back because it was a mini version of a homogizing Omen. So I would like, and that links into a bit more deterministic crafting. I don't know if chat agrees with that, but I would like that back. And then a full Omen rework. Because Ritual still has its special stuff for you to go and get it into Ritual, but I just think, again, as we said, that
Yeah.
Expedition Omen being in Ritual and not actually in Expedition.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Okay. Oh, we've got 6 more to go. Chat, help us.
I've 4.
You have 4. Oh, I'm gonna ignore
I
you
can go
now
to
and
bed
just
first. Nice.
do stuff. Oh, what about
Um,
Cholula viable? I thought it was already viable, Cell. Nugron loves Cholula. I haven't played it, so how much is something you wish
um,
for versus what
okay.
you actually think they worked for once at the end? Okay, that's a good thinking. Um, I
I
wish.
put in. I also put in like a like the PO like they will take over something from the PoE1 rework of the map system or of the Atlas system. I guess that I think like the PoE season Mirage, I feel like they use the seasons of the other game as testing
Mhm.
ground, and they made such a rework. They basically put in waystones into PoE1. So I think they wanted to see like, okay, how this works. Now everybody can run any map they want. So I think they will take that as like some changes will be based on this.
Mm. Okay. I'm putting swords because I can draw a sword. I think my chat will enjoy that. I would like to see swords, even though I think paladin and flail come in, but I would like to see swords.
Okay, I will be more specific. Player agency will increase in terms of maps.
I think I would like to see.
I will use that. Player agency for maps. That you're finally able to choose the maps you want instead of that you have to play a piece of garbage, a
Yeah,
bunch of garbage
my
maps.
chat gonna hate me. I'm not gonna call it rarity because I'm old school
Make all
D2.
towers have Grand Project.
No,
Grand
keep
Project is the teleporting
magic
thing, right?
find.
What magic find? Nerf
I
magic find, yes.
no, keep magic find.
No, okay, I would definitely delete magic find. I will write that down,
No,
yes.
you could do that.
Thank you.
I love it. I love a bit of rarity.
Delete
I
rarity.
love a bit of rarity.
I don't think it will happen, but
On
delete
gear.
rarity, please.
Oh my
Please
God,
delete rarity.
I'm probably gonna get killed.
Or delete slash PoE1 nice. Make it read PoE1. Like don't make it count for currency.
Oh yeah, that's something I've
One
actually noticed. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
one
yeah,
one
yeah.
one of those. Either delete it or make it like PoE1. PoE1 magic find only
Okay.
increase your chance to
I
find
I
better
think it'll
units.
still be in this league. I agree with Sel. I still think it'll be in this league. I know that I've heard them saying
Probably.
they would think the only problem is mechanically on or the system they need to replace rarity with a different mod, but
Yeah,
they don't know what that mod is.
but I hope they will do it. If they don't
Yeah.
do it, then okay,
Did you
sure.
read my last message, Crashing? No, I didn't, buddy. More crafting currency in campaign. Remove rares from vendors. Okay, so
Yeah,
more
70%
crafting
price
currency.
or
So you're
whatever.
saying maybe drop some moments a bit early or
Sure.
stuff that can help you. Well, that's the crafting bench. If you can get the crafting bench a bit early. I quite like the crafting recipes that you can pick up. But we talked about. I mean, is that one crafting bench coming?
I mean, if you're sure you can do that. I don't
I,
I would not bet
I,
on that, but
I. Well, this is what we were
I don't
talking
think
about
that.
earlier about the
Yeah.
resistance swapping.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
That could.
Or are they gonna do omens that you could swap your resistances?
I mean, that would be cool, and
So that's
that
an
would
omen rework.
actually go along. Yeah, that would
Do you
go
know what?
along
I'm
with
gonna do
the
that. Omens of resistance. Oh,
omens of
chat.
resistance. Yeah,
Oh
that
man.
would go along with their philosophy of having omens, right? I
Yeah.
think that like that's a
Omen red. Oh,
possibility.
that went wrong. What do you reckon, chat? Do you think that's a good bingo one? Omen of res. That goes into your crafting crouch. But remove rares from vendors. Why would you want to remove rares from vendors? Explain yourself, Crouching. Explain yourself. Why would you want to remove rare from windows? Unless you're saying you need to find the gear on the map and drop loot.
I actually would also like that because you have to
Really?
basically every level up, you have to check the vendor for better items. It's a little bit annoying because there are a good chance that there's an upgrade
Okay,
and you
I get
know,
Crouching what he's saying. You want to craft your rare. If you've got more currency,
yeah,
then you can
I
make
can
your
see that.
stuff instead of just doing a cheat. Not cheating. God, we're not doing a cheating video chat. Um, that you're actually making your stuff instead of doing a quick, let's pop down the market. It's like going to the petrol station and getting some milk instead of milking the cow. You just pop down the local petrol station, grab yourself a 4 pint of milk. But Crouching wants to go and milk that cow. He wants to get it himself. He doesn't want to pop down the convenience store. Is that right, Crouching? Vendor roulette sucks. Okay, towers. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna go for Crouching on this one. I don't believe it, but he's adding something. I will go for that. So, and it's a yellow. Where's a yellow?
I
I
think Grand Project on all towers would be interesting. Like you
res
can just jump from the towers to all maps.
res NPC. I know what NPC means. Non-player character. Okay, put that. Uh, I'll put an X next to that. I'll have to tidy
Yeah,
this up a bit.
I like that. I would steal this. Grand Project on towers, on tower completion.
That sounds well to Grant. Oh, what? So you can pick anything you want to go to straight away.
Yeah, I think on tower completion that would be interesting because it would make towers and like more interesting. Yeah,
The only problem with that is I'm playing devil's advocate here because Jonathan wants exploration. Um, but there's nothing
but like
worse when you're coming up and you're like, oh, I really don't want to do Val Temple because you know you've got like not Val Temple. You know when you got Adsiri, not Adsiri, the Viper boss at the end. You're like, I don't want to do that map in hardcore. I don't want it. My damage is not good enough, but I have to do that map because I need to get somewhere.
yeah.
I keep looking at my OBS screen, so it looks like I'm not talking to you. Um, there must be a ways to avoid shit maps. Yeah. Because the thing is, I've learned about PE1. I did one map constantly,
And that's completely fine if you
and
like
that's
doing that.
fine. But then the game did have to force me to get my Atlas points. I had to go and do other maps.
If you sometimes have to do them, I think it's fine. But in period 2, you constantly
Ooh.
have to do maps you don't want to do.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, I already wrote down player agency for maps. So
That's your
yeah, I
one.
already wrote that down that I want to have that.
Performance
Um,
improvements. I'm going to steal that.
I either want to straight select the map I play, like basically, or have like a selection box. It's like there are 6 maps I can choose off to
Yeah.
run instead of this one fixed map. So at least I can avoid the 5 most ridiculous, terrible maps. I want to have something in this direction.
I'm going to go with server.
Performance improvement.
I'm going server.
Sure, I also will write that down.
Uh,
Server improvements.
so I'm going to go with. I'm just going to call it something else. I do agree with a little bit. A currency to change a map, then.
That's also possible, yeah.
So I will agree with Parjuston and Cell. I'm just going to put map control. So you're not forced. You've got more map control. Uh,
Yeah. All of Horizons
yeah.
basically are correct.
Because
Sounds like that.
what I'll do with my bingo card with my chat. I will probably bring it up on stream. We can go over it a little bit more detail, and maybe I'll improve this. But at least I've got the notes, and mine looks pretty sexy. Mine looks really cool, chat. Orbs of Horizons, basically. Okay. Jack, can we get ones in chat if you like the bingo card, or twos that you don't, or threes? Because I don't know. Ones. How's my bingo card? Do we like it? 1. Okay, we've got 1. That's nice. Straight off the bat. 11. That's a double like. Just curious why the 4x4 traditionally bingo cards are 5x5.
Because we need to go to bed before like 1 or 2
Yeah.
a.m.
And we're noobs, Kink. 1.
Yeah.
That's nice. 1. Okay. All right. I don't know how you end a podcast. How do you end a podcast? How long have we been doing this? 3-hour podcast. I thought we were supposed to
3
only target for an
hours.
hour. Crazy. Who's gonna listen to a 3-hour podcast? Well, besides chat.
We say
They're
bye.
cool. We say bye. We've got to think about the outro.
Chat is.
They said you say bye. Make sure you like and subscribe. That's nice. Sales got my back. If you're new here,
like and subscribe.
Make sure you like and subscribe to Twinson_TV and AnotherXeo. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is our first pilot stream. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed the interactions with chat as well.
Participating, everyone.
Yeah, and we got ideas and plans for this. Want to expand it a little bit more. We're going to learn to walk before we run. Yep. Oh God. So, but yeah, it's a couple of I'm really excited. So yeah, thank you very much. I think we're coming to end. Do I end the stream? Yeah. Do I end the stream?
I mean, I'm definitely gonna end the stream because I mean, you have to get up at 6 a.m. or something.
That's I'm flying out to Germany tomorrow.
So I also have to get up early, like around 8 a.m. and now it's almost 1. So,
where's my chat gone?
Thank you guys for participating.
Yep.
And we're making you a RIP podcast.
It was a rip. A really interesting. See, look, there's even like chat lingo. It's a rip. Really interesting podcast.
It's very good.
Yes, we will runs. We will be making. We've got another podcast that we want to. We're planning. I mean, obviously, me and Twinson will talk about this afterwards, so see how we felt. But yeah, there's one that we want to do that we'll keep under wraps. But then we are going to do a 0.5 after the day after. I think we're aiming for after the day after they've done the announcement. But,
yeah, like a day or two, because we want to talk like about the stream itself, not live. That would cause some problems.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got plans we've got a 3 podcast plan. So hopefully, yeah. So
yeah. The most spicy one is going to be at some point later. So
yeah. Oh, that one. That's going to cause problems. No, I thank you very much, chat, for being here. Yeah, it's been great. I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I hopefully, yeah. So watch this space. Yeah, bless you. Be safe. Be lucky, and bye.
Thank you for hanging out with me, Xeo, and see you next time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. How do you turn this thing off? See you. Bye. I need to go back to my normal stream. Hello? I wonder if my chat can see me. Which one is this? Is this my podcast too?
Hello?
Hello? My stream's all changed now.
Hello?
Where is stuff?